look who we have here. Mira nomás. It's Chulo.
Mira
It's
nomás,
Papi Chulo himself. What's up, brother? How you been?
compadrito but brother, I'm doing really well. I'm waking up, man. I was taking a nap. No te creas. No, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really well. And I wanted to send a big hello to everybody out there watching, listening. And first of all, thank you so much for your time, for allowing me to speak to your public, to your audience. And I know it's almost the end of February. Still, we're almost in March, but a happy 2024 to everyone out there, and my best wishes to all of you,
Thank you,
man.
brother, man. I appreciate you, man. El Borrado, he's already here, man, from Houston, Texas. He say, hey, what's up, Indio? What's up, beautiful people? And what's up, Mr. Legend, Mr. Pete?
What's up, mi raza? Un saludo para todos. Y ojalá que se encuentren bien. Dude, we're really glad. Man, I really love that intro, man. You did some of the retro pics, the short
I
hair,
did
the
it all,
long
bro.
hair,
Hey,
the rock and roll look. You did them all, man.
I've got
Thank
you.
you.
Hey, I've got you from way back, bro. Man, you know, I was like we were talking before. I mean, like from the '90s, bro. It's like you was.
Dude, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I've been extremely blessed. I've been so lucky, so fortunate, so blessed. I mean, blessed is the right word that I've been doing this. Think about it, man. I've been doing this since 1985. That's when we started back in the
Mhm.
day in my hometown of Laredo, Texas. And if anybody from Laredo watching, un saludo para mi gente de Laredo. And all the 956, puro valle, puro bayuco,
Hijo,
pura
man,
frontera. And
that's
everybody out there listening, of course. But imagine, man, since 1985, I've been doing this, and it's been an incredible ride. Ups and downs, but it's been an incredible ride. And I have to thank the people, the fans, the people that listen to our music, that love our music, that went to our shows at one point or another in my career. By myself, of course, was con la única con Selena y los Dinos. Anytime that I've been on stage and somebody's come out to see me, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
That's awesome, man. And you know, you've got a great, rich history. You know, and a lot of people. I'm hoping that people will get to better understand that you come from a lot of you've come from doing a lot of good things. Real quickly, is the Gavino Perez, who's a promoter. You know, hey, Gavino says, "Hola amigos, how you doing?" Chiqui Salazar says, "Hello, Pete from Dilly, Texas." No,
From
hombre,
Dilly, un saludo
Alfred.
para la raza de Dilly, man. Y para todos los que se están reportando.
Yeah,
Gavino, Dilly, Texas, Houston, Texas, donde sea que se esté reportando, San Angelo. We can't forget San Angelo, man.
right. Okay, man, that's
And
Alfredo
we
says
go,
saludos
dude,
from
and let me
Conroe.
tell you, man, I go back with San Angelo really,
I
really
know,
back in the Selena Los Dinos days, back at Henry's restaurant,
right.
and with the Familia Ojeda, Rose and Karen. I remember
And
now.
a Rosie
Rose
Karen, that's it, Rosie Karen, yeah.
who not used to be, who were very, very good friends of Selena and traveled with us one. I think Karen traveled with us once in a while back in the day and went to a lot of her shows. And of course, like we used to play at Henry's. If you're from the San Angelo area,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. If you're not from that area, you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's a restaurant, and they literally had like a little uh, I guess like a little separate dining area or like a
yeah.
banquet
It's like
area.
it was like a banquet room, and
Yeah,
actually
the banquet room.
they expanded it because y'all started playing there, and then other groups started playing there, and they were like, you know what, we need to make it bigger, and so they started adding on to it, and it grew from there, man. Because it
Yeah, but
started off as like mom and pop.
that's what we used to do. I don't even I don't know, and I believe back in the day they had like a really well, they didn't even have a stage, kind of sort of, but we just kind of made it work. And I mean, we a big thank you to the Ojeda family from San Angelo for opening their doors back in the day. And I mean that was the early years. Selena Lodino. This was like in
Yeah,
1989,
yeah.
the late 80s. And so I have wonderful memories of
Yeah.
San Angelo. So un saludo para toda la
Right.
raza de
Gavino
San Angelo.
Promotions is from Harlingen, Texas. That's who they say.
Harlingen,
Hijos.
but también I get wonderful. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. Harlingen, very dear to me también. Todo el valle, man. Like, como dice Grupo Frontera, todo el 956. Putting 956 on the map. Yo también 956 because Laredo is
I
956. So I know I'm not exactly in the valley, but Laredo's right there and on the outskirts of El Bayuco and para toda la raza del Valle, in Harlingen, de McAllen, de Edinburgh, San Benito, Brownsville, Ed Couch, Farm right now, Rio Grande, and la gente de Zapata, todo el Bayuco. Un saludo para toda la raza del 956.
Oh, yes, they're asking, hey, Mr. Legend, will you ever do a cover song of one of your favorite songs, de Selena? Will you ever
Whatever
release
you
a
want to
cover
cover,
song?
would I ever do it? Yes. As a matter of fact, I've done a couple of things. I've been, we're always working. We're all doing different things. Uh, I was very lucky and very fortunate to have co-written a lot of Selena's music along with AB, along with her, of course, along with Ricky Vela. And as a matter of fact, I recorded Como la Flor a few years back. I did a special for Selena on Univision, but this was about 5, 6 years ago. And they kind of asked me to do something a little special, something a little different. So I did a different version of Como la Flor, where it focuses more on the lyrics and kind of more of a singer-songwriter type of thing. Because of course,
Mm.
Como la Flor, even though it's a very sad song, it's very uppity. It's a cumbia and it's very rhythmic. So I wanted to showcase more of the lyrics to Como la Flor, and that's a song that I co-wrote with AB. And I recorded it about 5, 6 years ago, probably
Mm.
even longer than that. But I never released it. I never released it. I kind of put it in the can, and we did it for that show on Univision. It was a special that they did for her. So I'm thinking maybe it's time to release it. So yes, going back to your question, I that's one song that I do, and you know what? I'll release it. You know what? I'll release it in the next couple of months. I'll release it, and if you want to know what's going on with me, the best way is follow me on Instagram, Pete Astudio Official. And yeah, man, I'll release that one. And like I said, it's more of a singer-songwriter version and more focusing on the message of the song. Like I said, it's a really
Mhm.
sad song. It really is. But it also showcases like when you love somebody so much that you want them to be happy. So you know what? Go and be happy. Even though it's gonna hurt me, I just want to see you happy. It's a beautiful message. And of course, Selena sang the heck out of it, and it became kind of her
Yeah, she
anthem.
did.
So, like I said, when I did it, I didn't want to do the same thing. I wanted to do more like the writer kind of focus
Yeah,
more on the lyrics. And so it'll be out soon. Be looking up, Como la Flor, kind of the
yeah,
singer-songwriter
and
version.
just so that way people understand, you had a hand in Bidi Bidi Bom Bom, Amor Prohibido, La Carcacha, Que Creías, Como la Flor, even Estúpido Romántico with Mas. I mean, man, bro, you were
Oh,
everywhere. People don't realize it. You
well,
had like
compadre,
you've been writing music, and you know what? Now that I say that, I want to share something with you. And this I came across this because I always do research, and I'm researching and everything else. But I came across this, and I was like, "This is the Pete that I know. This is the Pete for those of y'all." By the way, real quickly, let me say this real quick. Daniela Ramirez, beautiful singer. She's saying hello. She's there in San Antonio. She's originally from El Valle, right? She sings mariachi. She does a lot of other things. Alfredo the Lone Meskin himself. Saludos, Pete. He's Grupo Fijo. Gabriela Salazar, a singer from New Mexico. Mira nomás, she's there. And also Lucy Lopez. Yeah, of course, you know who Lucy is. Yeah, yeah.
well,
She's the one
Lucy,
that made everything possible.
no,
She's a wonderful woman.
yeah. Well, Daniela and Gabriela,
Yes,
both of them
sir.
singers,
Yes,
right?
sir.
My best wishes to both of you, and wish you nothing but success. Échenle muchas ganas. Be prepared. Do your homework. Échenle muchas ganas y Diosito los bendiga en sus carreras a
Now,
los
I want to
dos.
share this one with you. I want you to take a listen to this. This is Chris Bettis, and he's talking to este Rock from just take a listen.
When Pete Astudio joined and did that first record with them, and he wrote a lot of the lyrics, I noticed immediately like there's a change here, there's a shift. And Pete, since then, having become one of the, in my opinion, one of the best lyricists, in the Tejano field and beyond now. But
a
at
lot
the
of people
time,
don't realize he didn't just write.
yeah, and when I heard his songs, I was like, that's really cool because the way I heard Tejano music before that, a lot of the words were kind of the same and
Redundant.
yeah, yeah, and I guess in an effort to make them rhyme,
That was
a
their
lot of words
formula.
would end, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I heard Pete's style, I was really impressed.
Yeah.
To the point of where like I give up, man. There's no way I'll ever, unless you go drop me off in Mexico for a year or something, and I have to deal in that language 20.
Oh man, that's Chris.
That's my
Chris
boy,
giving you
man.
some mad love there, brother.
Este, dude, and mad love and respect back to Chris, man. I love Chris. He's my brother. He's my musical brother. He's my compadre, my camarada, and mad respect for him and also for his art, man. Just the way he expressing himself about me and my writing ability. I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. But what he brought to the group, what Chris brought to the group musically with his guitar style, the difference incorporating what he did, that rock and roll kind of feel, the pop kind of feel, incorporated into Los Dinos. He did the same thing, man. It was. I tell a lot of people that the Selena Los Dinos, of course, they were doing this way before I started. I joined. I met the band in
Yeah,
1988, aquí in Laredo, Texas, and that's when I started my association with them. And later on that year, that's when we joined Selena Los Dinos in the latter part of '88. But I always say this, that everybody that came into this band, of course, when I came in, it was Suzette, of course, AB and Chris. Suzette, AB, and Selena, and then Ricky Bella was also already there, but there was another guitar player. But when we joined the band, Joe and myself, we added something different. I think,
yeah,
I hope. But then when Chris came in, so I always I saw it almost like pieces of the puzzle coming together. And then when Chris finally came in, I think it finished that puzzle and made the band whole. Not that the band wasn't any good or
no,
wasn't doing great without
it
us,
shifted the
but
sound. It's what it did. It shifted the sound because it
exactly.
was very traditional before. People don't understand that Celine. I mean, she had a lot of music that she released, albums before and everything else. It was good
Oh
music, but
yeah,
there was
yeah, yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with it. It was good music.
That was
But it
great music.
shifted when y'all guys get there, especially with Joe. The way Joe plays, I love the way he plays. He's so animated.
No, no, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, Joe's a
Yes, he
phenomenal
is.
player. He's a phenomenal keyboard player. His mind is all over the place, his ideas and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. When Joe and I went in there, those were two extra puzzle pieces of the puzzle. And then when Chris came in, it was like the piece that was missing, and that made us whole. And once again, let me just reiterate and say this again: they were incredible without all of us. Selena Lutinos was incredible without me, without Joe, without Chris. But I think those different pieces of the puzzle came together and created the whole new sound, the whole new. I incorporated my writing with AB, with Selena, even with Ricky Vela. And then Chris brought in his style, Joe brought in his style. Of course, the foundation always being the family, being AB, Selena, AB, and Suzette. That was the foundation, and from there it grew to what it become. But it was a wonderful experience to see it kind of come together and grow into what it became. And when I came in, I mean, I've been writing music since I was a little boy, uh, mostly poems, little poems that I used to write when I was a kid. But I never knew that I had the ability to write songs, so I just started messing with melodies and everything, and lyrics and stuff like that. But when I joined the Dinos, that's when I got schooled, and I started learning more from AB, and vice versa. I think he also learned from me, and I started learning from Ricky. So it was a learning process from all of us. We were very
I
young,
think y'all grew together
and I
because it wasn't rudimentary. I think more of the fact that it was y'all were able to feed off of each other's strengths. I think that's yeah, it
it
was
was a great chemistry. The chemistry was amazing. When I met AB, I want to say literally almost when I met him, and not from long from meeting him, he started talking to me about writing a song without him really even knowing if I wrote music or not. I guess he
yeah.
just assumed I did. So that's what I mean. That kind of chemistry kind of read me and knew me without even knowing me that well. And I said, yeah, man, I think I can work with that. And we started writing. I think the first song that we ever wrote was
Oh yeah.
Besitos. Este, and so I remember him trying to explain to me. I mean, I don't think this is a secret. Everybody knows that AB Spanish is not very good, and neither was Selena's or Suzette's or even Chris. So when he met me, being from the frontera, me coming living in Laredo, Texas, I grew up speaking Spanish. So Spanish is my first language, just like English is. Really perfect fit because he didn't know how to express himself. He wanted to say something, and he would. It's kind of like this, and he would explain to me in English. And I'm like, hey, is this what you're trying to say? He's like, yes, that's it. That's what I'm going to say. So there was a really good chemistry between us. And that chemistry produced songs, like you said, like the first one, which was Besitos. And we went on to do Como la Flor, Amor Prohibido, Si Una Vez, Carcacha, Tecnocumbia, Que Creías. And there was Selena. I wrote a Biri Biri Bamba.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so,
you
and of
can
course, with Ricky Vela, I also wrote earlier. You mentioned "Stupido Romantic" for Grupo Más. I wrote that with Ricky Vela.
yeah. And see, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You could tell like the difference, the way he played the bass is a part, some of the riffs that he goes back to. In the beginning, it was very, I mean, everybody was playing the same triads, with cumbias and everything else.
Yeah.
And he started to progress into something that was a little bit more funky and stuff like that. And to where he is now. I mean, but it's
And I also believe it was try. We were very young at the time. I mean, of course, they had more
right.
experience than I did, but I think it was also kind of a
Right.
trial and error thing, trying new things, and some things worked and some things didn't, work. So it was a trial and error, and we were learning it as we went. And AB has a really good ear for that, and he studies the crowds. It's okay, when we played this, the crowd responded really well. So we need to write something to go along this route. Or when we did this kind of rhythms, la gente se paró todos a bailar. And when we did this one, nobody danced. So all of those things. And then, I told this to everybody because I know that I get a lot of credit and Davey gets a lot of credit and Selena, and rightfully so, of course, for the writing and the singing. But behind each song, I mean, whether I wrote it or not, there's an army of people putting that
Right.
song together. Musicians, arrangers, Joe, Ricky, Chris, Suzette, technicians, sound engineers. I mean,
Even the lighting, even
Abraham.
the lighting.
I mean, there is so much behind the song. And sometimes when they just give me or AB or Celine the credit, I feel bad. Like there's a whole army behind the song. There's a huge production. And these are some of the unsung heroes or the people in the background. But those songs, it took a whole army to create those songs and put them together. And then, of course, Selena would belt the heck out of him. And then the people would enjoy him the way that she would do him. But there was an army behind each
Definitely,
song.
definitely. Gabriela Salazar says, thank you very much, Pete Astudillo. And Indio, yeah,
You
thank
are
you for
very
your
welcome.
continued support to all of us new artists as well. Daniela says, thank you so much. All your words are so much appreciated. Rita Cappuccina is from here from San Angelo, and she's actually she's from Corpus, but she lives here in San Angelo. She's a singer as well. Oh my gosh, she's got a big voice. I always tell the story about Rita that she can hit a note, she'll hit that note, and then she'll bake some cookies, man. She'll do some taxes, send letters off to Santa, and then she'll like
She make
yeah,
some
and then she'll finish the note.
tortillas.
That's how she could hold it right up there, man. Rita Cappuccina. Yeah, Rita
What's your name?
Cappuccina.
What's your name?
Cappuccina. Rita Cappuccina. Yeah, it's her and
Cappuccina. Oh,
Animo.
that's
She's
a
gonna be there
name.
at Fanfare, man. You'll be able to check her out, dude. She just finished an album, recording an album with Shelly Lattis, and so she's an amazing, yeah.
Oh wow! But well, congratulations to her too,
Angel,
and to all the new artists. To the new raza, the new people coming into La Onda. Continued success, and thank you for engage, getting involved in the Tejano scene. And I mean, I know there's always so much controversy or that whole Tejano thing, but just the fact that they're interested in it. And there's some of these new bands, of course, Frontera being one of them. And I know it's very controversial, the
yeah,
whole thing. Are they Tejanos? Are they not Tejanos? La, 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 la. But I think anytime you bring attention to the industry, anytime that anybody does anything good and helps the
yeah.
industry, it's a good thing.
Angel Jimenez is another person who just recorded with Shelly Lattis. She just released an album called Ansias. It actually, her father was the one that sang it before her. She just released her rendition of it. A music video is fixing to release with Jose Rosario, and yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? A big shout out to Shelly out there. I mean, Shelly and I, we go back a
mhm,
long, long
yeah.
way, of course. And of course, Jose Rosario también, good friend Jose, un saludo para ellos. They're doing some really good work with all these new young artists. Congratulations and continued success. You know, like I said, Shelly, we go back since the
I
earliest
know.
days,
It's
and
like
she's so good. And speaking about voices that you can hold a note and make tortillas and all that, Shelly has one of those amazing, powerful voices, and she's
yeah, and
amazing.
she's
I mean, continued success. She's been doing it a long time, and continued success with
yeah.
all your
This
projects.
Kiana Huerta is another one. Sings with Shelly. She's from New Mexico, Hurley, New Mexico. Says hello from Hurley, New Mexico. She's also like a councilwoman también. At the age of at the age of 20,
Órale.
bro. Hijo, wow.
I know. Felicidades y para toda la raza de Nuevo México, Albuquerque, en Santa Fe, and all that. Un saludo para
Right.
todos ustedes. Para todos los amigos de allá de Albuquerque, para toda la raza por allá. Un saludo para todos ustedes.
Orlando says Rita Cappuccino is going to win a Grammy Award. Says Pete Astudillo is the man. Cuando siento, great song. Hijo de su. There you go.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, that's a song that I did with my compadre Raul Sanchez out of he's also from Laredo. He's now in San Antonio, and he has a great studio, the Ranch Studio in San Antonio, and that's where I do a lot of my work. And that's you know what? When I did that song about 10 years ago, I want to say, and he approached me because he's a Christian singer. Excuse me, he's a Christian singer, and we have been doing some studio work. And he goes, do you want to do a song with me? And you know what? I would love to do something because you're a Christian singer, but I don't want people to think that I'm just jumping on the bandwagon because I don't want to use the industry in a negative, not a negative way, but I don't want to
Yeah.
opportunista. That's what I'm looking for, an opportunist. So I said, you know what? If you can come up with a song that could be kind of Christian or could be to your wife or to your girlfriend or to a loved one, he goes, we'll do it. And he came up with this song, Cuando Siento, which is a phenomenal song. If you haven't seen the video, it's available on YouTube. It's got Cuando Siento, Raúl Sánchez, Pira Studio.
Very good. Yeah, Pete, can't wait to hear your new music. You've got the new song already out. We're going to play it here in a minute. Yeah, so
Heck
y'all
yeah.
guys are there. As Rita saying that Orlando's trying to do it. We got Sammy Torres is on with us. Any advice for new artists? Big fan, by the way, Pete. Big fan, Sammy Torres. And she's wondering if you have any advice for new artists. I know you gave us a little bit earlier, about you know, working hard and staying, working on your craft.
Well, all that things you always hear, put in the homework, do your work. Those are all true. It really is. I mean, there's very few people out there or the industry or in the history of the industry that been able to succeed by luck or by being at the
By
right place at the
chance,
right time. So you have to put on yeah. And I always tell people be prepared. Be prepared. Like I remember when I was with the Bad Boys, when I started my career here in Laredo with Joe, um, I tell people we were one of the best rehearsed bands with no
yeah.
gigs. We were literally rehearsed every day, and if you would see us rehearse, you would think we were getting ready to play the Super Bowl, and we had no
Yeah.
work. And so that's what I tell the people: be prepared. So when the opportunity comes, when the moment comes that somebody says, "Okay, you know what? You're on next week. Cool, I'm ready." Learn your material, learn the songs, you know, and get on stage and be professional. No matter if it's 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, no matter how many people are there, those people that are watching you took the time to be there to see you. Where if it's a quinceañera or whatever, a boda, lo que sea, treat those people with respect. I know they might not be your fans there because they might not be your fans yet, but you want to make them your fans by the end of the
Right.
night. So always treat them with respect. Do the time, and I get some a little how do you say throwback on this one. There's nothing wrong with being on stage, and sometimes people have the words or they're reading from their phone, and I know sometimes you have to do that, but try to learn the things from the heart. That when you're singing it, you're really putting on a show. You're really singing it from your heart, and you're not reading it because it's a very big difference. So be prepared, do your homework, and be ready. Be ready and be prepared for the rejection because we all get rejected. And be ready to take it, take the constructive criticism, and take it and stride. Really take it and try to learn from it and make yourself better every
Yeah,
day.
and that's a good point as far as the respect for the fans. I think that's really excellent for that, because I think sometimes we don't understand, or fail to understand that we could earn their fanship, we could earn their loyalty, and to sit there and just say, "Oh, it's just a gig," or not, not put in the effort. That's kind of wrong. And learning the music is another good thing, because how do you know how to
No,
interpret a song if you don't know what the song is about?
and that's my point. And that's it. And I don't want to dog people that say, well, I need to, but use my phone because I just learned the song, or I want to make sure I get. And I respect that too. But at the same time, try to really learn it by heart. I mean, and that's it. And the same goes for the
Yeah,
musicians. I know a lot of people use sheet music and stuff like that, and but try to really, learn your craft, really learn the music. Because once you hit that stage, man, the nerves might get to you, the adrenaline might get to you, and sometimes I mean, we all do. I blanked
yeah,
before, man. And back in the day, I'm sure Selena blanked too a couple of times. We all do. So the better prepared you are, the better you can really engage, the better you can do your job. And let me tell you one thing: when I joined Selena back in the late '80s, some of the early shows, and I won't make it too long, but I think the first show that we ever did with her, we weren't working with her yet. We were an opening band for her, and we played in. I've told this story many times, but I won't make it too long. We played in Robstown, Texas, which is about 15, 20 minutes from Corpus Christi. So in my head, I thought it was going to be packed because well, it's Corpus Christi's right there. Selena's from Corpus Christi. Va a estar lleno. And sure enough, the night was dead. I think there was probably 20, 30 people there that night. And I really thought they were going to cancel because I mean, I was kind of green at this time, very green at the time. So I didn't know I really didn't know what was going on. I was really freaking out that there was nobody there. But sure enough, I see them getting off of we were in a little van on the side, and I see them getting off the bus, getting on stage, and they performed like there was 1,000 people in there. And there was literally about 20 or 30 people. And it was a really eye opener for me that night. And I saw the respect and the work ethic. I mean, the respect for the audience, and just the work they put into it when there was really only 20, 30 people there. So it was a really, really big eye opener for me and a little slap of reality. Like, it's not as easy as you think. Because the only time I had seen her before was when she played here in my hometown, Laredo. And when she played here, it used to get jam packed. So that's what I was
yeah.
expecting. And I didn't get that night. And I just didn't understand how can her hometown not support her? But that's those that's what you call paying your dues. Put it in the time. Is the taking the heartbreaks, the nights that don't go so well. Take all that in stride. Better yourself. And the thing is, you really have to love this. If you really want to do this, performing, singing, songwriting, being a musician, you really have to love it because if you don't, the first time you get rejected, the first time you fail, you're not gonna have the courage to
Yeah.
continue. So you really must love this to continue and go forward after reject. Because rejection's hard, man. I've been rejected a long time. Trust me, dude. I've been rejected so many times, but you just gotta
Yeah,
move
you
forward.
you gotta keep going on, and you gotta have
Yeah.
some tough skin. Real quick, let me read these off real quick. Rita Cappuccino says, "We're trying to keep Tejano alive, but I like to see the genre evolve with all the new artists, and love hearing about your experiences, Pete." Heather Jolene Alcantar, hello, Pete. I loved your song "Como Te Extraño."
Well, thank you so much.
Let's see here. Norma Salazar, hello. She's from Holland, Michigan. Mira nomás. TDK in the house. Saludos, Indio. Hello, Pete. You brought out all the artists. Saludos to you, right? To all the rising stars that are watching. Tejano is in good hands. We got some new people watching us as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe Fonseca says, saludos. How are you doing? I'm trying to skip through these real quick. Cristelo, CJ Valverde says, iconic. Louis AG, how are you doing, Louis? Saludos, everyone. We'll reschedule you, brother, man. We got to get you back on. Hey, a good friend of the show, Rick Valderrama, the main man himself. Mira.
Oh yeah,
Rick,
Rick, man.
Rick,
Salute
how
for
you
Rick.
doing, brother? Thank you for joining us, bro. Really do appreciate you, man. Let's see, where am I at? Golly, all these things are coming. Pete, what did you think about? No, we're not going to talk about. Oh well, do you want to talk about the Selena series and the actor they chose to play your role? the guy, the guy they picked to play you, man. What do you think about that guy? Oh, real quick, hold on. Hilda Lamas just joined us. She was running a little bit late. She's here. Let's go ahead and bring her on. Hilda, welcome, sweetheart. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How's everybody?
Yeah, thank you so very much for joining us. Sorry it took us so long.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me join you.
Like 20 days later, what the heck?
I'm sorry, I had a last minute performance.
We're just talking about respecting your audience. I'm just playing.
I walked in at the wrong time.
No. I am playing. Thank you so much for having me also. Un saludote, te mando un abrazo.
Thank you, and welcome to you, Pete. I've been such a big fan for so many years. So it's really an honor to have you here. And I apologize that I am late. I had a last minute gig that I picked up, and I couldn't pass it up because it was just, one of those unique special ones. And so I texted. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late tonight."
She's a singer from Corpus now. So, well, you're in Corpus, right?
I'm in Harlingen now.
Yeah, she was
in Harlingen. Pues salud para toda la racita de Corpus from Harlingen. And everybody checking in. There's a lot of names. So if I don't get to you, Cristelo, a great singer, man. Valderrama, everybody checking in, all the new young talent. My best wishes to all of you and continued success. Echenle ganas. And I always tell people, a lot of people think that I don't give music to new or young artists. I give music to everyone, So, maybe we'll connect with some of these new artists and connect with some of my songs with some of them. Pero no, échenle muchas ganas. Les deseo lo mejor de lo mejor, sinceramente. Y como les digo, get ready for the trancazos, man. And when they hit you, get up and keep on going. You have to love this. You really, really have to love this. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because the first time I went in the studio and I walked in like I was the man, to be honest with you, because I was so confident and I really thought I knew what I was doing. And this was in San Antonio back in the day with Amen Studios with Mr. His name is escaping me right now, and that's horrible. Manny Guerra.
Oh, Manny? Oh, my
Manny
gosh.
Guerra,
Yeah, Manny.
Very famous producer, engineer. He had a studio, and the Quintanillas, Selena Lodinos recorded with them. And the first song that I recorded with Selena was a duet that we did together called Ama Me Quiere, man. And we used to sing it live before we went to the studio. Of course, we rehearsed it. We started doing it in the live shows. And I thought I was kicking butt. I thought, man, I have this. But I had never been in a studio before. And when I went in to record, I swear to God, my confidence level was Rocky Mountain High. I was at the top of the world. I thought I was the man. I was going to record with Selena. And I got rejected so bad because I was singing out of tune. My timing was bad. The nerves got to me. And the more they would tell me I was doing it wrong, the worse it got, because I got more it got worse and worse. It really got to the point that the first time I recorded, they didn't allow me to record. Manny Guerra, they got me out of the studio. They're like, "Okay, son, come out of the studio. Get out of the booth." And I go to the front where the console is. He's like, "You need to learn the song." He goes, "So we're going to give you a track, with a piano doing the melody." And I was like so ashamed of myself, and I was so down on myself. And I was like, man, I really thought I had this. So I I'll say it. I literally went into when the bus was outside the studio. I think I literally went in there and
Oh
cried.
man.
I was so ashamed of myself. I was so disappointed. And of course, Sal and AB and everybody like were super encouraging. And they go, no, you just need to practice. You've never been in the studio. And they were really supportive. You've never been in the studio. It was just too much. It was overwhelming because going in the studio is very different
Right.
than singing
Singing on
live.
stage and singing in the studio is way
Yeah,
different.
this is in the studio. You got to get as close. There's no such thing as perfection, but as close to perfection, whether you're playing an instrument or singing a song, the timing, your tuning. And obviously, the moment was too big for me and I couldn't do it, but I practiced, I rehearsed, I went back in there and I did it. So that's my point that we all have moments of failure, moments of rejection that you think you're crushed, but you need to get in there and just put in the work, practice, and thank God, I went back in and then I remember Maddie telling me like, I knew you could do it. I go, thank God I could, and then from there on, I continued to record with her, and I just knew what I had to do, and
Yeah.
you learn,
That's that's that
experience,
quicksand. That's
you learn it, and it's part of the
yeah, that's
process.
that quicksand. You get in there and you get that quicksand.
So like if so one of some of the new artists, if you're in the studio, you get overwhelmed, just take your time, take a little breather, go outside, walk it off, and get back in there and do your thing. But we all mess up, all of us, man. Everybody does, man. Nobody can say they're perfect. There's no such thing. But you have to walk off those moments and make it a learning
Yeah.
experience.
Sammy Torres says, "Thank you, and I'll keep that in my heart moving forward." And Gabriela says, "I tell my mom my brain is 90% song lyrics. The other is 10% whatever the hell fits in there."
Oh my God, who is that?
Okay, that'll work. Daniel Garcia, hi. He says hello. Daniel's got a great YouTube, Facebook group where he plays a lot of Tejano music. Big supporter of Tejano, and that's. Thank you so very much for helping us keep the onda.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
Thanks for
that's
your
right.
support,
Thank
brother.
you so very much. Norma Salazar says hello, Linda. I mean Hilda.
Hi,
Hello, Hilda.
Norma.
And so does Rita says, way to go, Hilda.
Oh, Rita, always making fun of me.
Because hey, the main man himself, Bumper Gomez says, Pete's still looking the same age. Ah, look at you, Bumper.
Hey, Bumper.
It's I got like 20 filters going on right now, man. No, hombre, dude, but is that Bumper
Yeah,
from
this is
San
Bumper.
Antonio? I'm gonna be with Bumper next this este. No,
Wednesday.
wait a minute. I'll keep you guys posted, but I'm gonna be with him sometime soon. I know that I'm gonna be with it. So Bumper, saludos. I'll give you a buzz so we can get coordinated, but I'll be with Bumper
Yeah.
sometime soon. Like I said, once again, if you want to get all my info, follow me, Peter Studio on official on Instagram.
Or you
No,
can follow him
but
to
you
get
know what?
right here at
I can't
Pete's
I can't
website.
believe that I can't believe that I've been doing this for as long as I've been doing it, and like I think I still got my hair, thank God.
Yeah.
I know a lot of my buddies have lost their hair, pero todavía tengo el pelo, and I try to take care of myself. But man, I've been doing this for a really long time, and very grateful to the fans because they're the only ones that keep us going. I know that a lot of Selena's music, a lot of the stuff that I co-wrote for her, seems it's as relevant today as it was 30 years ago, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
amazing.
music is timeless. You know what?
Mhm.
Real quick, let me say hello to a beautiful, beautiful soul, a woman that keeps getting more beautiful every time I see her. And I know you know her very well. She was with you in your band. What was techno? I can't remember.
Technomex.
Technomix. There you go. Sonia
Yeah.
de la Paz. She says hello, saludos, Peter and Hilda. And
Saludos, my good friend Sonia, an amazing singer.
oh yeah,
Yes.
yes,
Her own,
definitely.
her and her husband Diego Garcia,
Diego.
uh, a phenomenal guitar player, monster song player, el maestro, and
I,
of course,
I call him the Wizard of Oz.
no, he's amazing. And we were doing some stuff together. prior to the pandemic, and then everybody got thrown off with the pandemic. So we're trying to regroup again, and I'm hoping that I can do some work with her again and her husband with Technomex and of course Lobo Garza, and but we had a really good chemistry too. But they did some really cool stuff on their own. I
Yeah.
mean, they're doing some really great recordings, and she has a great voice. So look her up, Sonia de la Paz Garcia.
Yeah.
It's a little inside joke. She'll know what I'm saying.
Danny,
Yeah.
Danny Noyola says, saludos, Pete, desde Corpus Christi, el barrio de Molina.
Mhm.
You're also great.
Puro Motown, man. Dude, Molina, that's her old stomping grounds.
Yes,
That's
Yeah.
was my student at West, also junior high. Alma in Danny Noyola. I hope I said that right, brother. I'm sorry if I messed up your last name.
No, you said it right. It's Noyola.
Okay, good.
Loyola. Saludos para toda la racita de Corpus, de Robstown, back to Rosa. And of course, Molina, Motown, and of course, all the surrounding areas, the Corpitos, man. I mean, that was my old stomping ground too. I mean, Corpus was my second home when we were working back in the day. And Molina was home, man. Ahí estábamos, was there a little restaurant, the High Ho, ahí cerquita de Molina.
Wow.
All the taco places. I mean, it's such a great area.
I tell this. I tell this joke that I went to go see Sonia de la Paz there in Laredo, and I went to Denny's, and I was at Denny's.
You probably went to Danny's, not Denny's.
See, now that's exactly what they said. They said, no, you went to Denny's, because I was like, I ordered the Grand Slam breakfast, and there was salsa and pico de gallo on the table. I'm like, this is Denny's. This is all American. Where is this?
No,
There's
you went
nowhere
to
else
Danny's.
in the United States. And they're like, no, you were at Danny's, not Denny's. I was like, dude, I ordered the All American Slam. I'm telling you, it was.
No, the thing is, at Denny's they have the Grand Slam. At Denny's they have the Raza Slam.
Jose Fonseca says, saludos, Pete. How are you doing, brother?
No, that's one of our beloved restaurants here in Laredo, aquí en el Valle, aquí en Laredo. Danny's, I mean, they've been around for a long time, but there's a bunch of them. And people that are not from here, they always like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Denny's. It's not Denny's, that's Danny's. That's Denny's a little further up. But they got really good food at the Patora Raza at Danny's.
Brother,
maybe I'll get a free meal or something.
Puro promotion, right?
I know,
right? Let's see, who else can we promote?
All right, let's see. Hold up. If you're ever looking to be satisfied, because we're not corporate sponsored of any
Snickers.
Let's see, what other kind of brand placement do we want to place in the show tonight?
we don't follow corporate brand sponsorship of any kind here. We are 100%.
Oh man.
TDK says, hello Hilda, I'm glad you made it. Can't wait to hear you laugh. And ask Pete if he oh no. If he has if you have a fireman's uniform. We have this.
Well, now that you asked, the question, we might as well get the answer.
Why did you do that, brother? So we have this thing. So a lot of we've been interviewing a lot of female artists here lately, and Hilda has been bringing up that they should do like a
music video.
A music video with firemen, because
firemen.
I do music videos too, and so they're like, yeah, we could have like firemen with like no shirts walking around, and I'm like, well, what does it have to do with music? And so,
but it's like a whole song concept, okay? So Shelly and Jose Rosario have already agreed to help with the co-write. And so I mean,
every female we've had on so far have jumped on board, and every time TDK always brings it. So, do you have a fireman outfit? I guess that's cool.
I think he wants you to be in the video.
Alamo.
If not, I'm sure we can find a fireman's uniform that'll fit you.
Ay, Dios mío. No, no, no.
So, I have to dress up like a fireman.
Sí.
Yeah.
Are you dressing up like a fireman también?
Hell no, hey, I'm shooting a video, man. I
Hey,
ain't doing
hey,
that.
we'll be the Indian firemen.
We'll be the ones causing the fire. We're making the smoke.
A lot of people tell me that I look like an Indio with my hair and my features. So it'll be perfect, man. We'll be
Right? Yeah.
the Indio twin fireman or something. I don't know.
See, I have to let my hair down because my hair is up in a ponytail right now. Sonia says, "Gracias, amigo. We miss you so very much."
Likewise, amiga.
Awesome.
We'll see you soon, and God willing, we'll do some stuff together soon.
Roy Mesa says, "Houston, come on to Houston, Pete. We're waiting for you in Houston, Texas."
Compadre,
Chrissy E.
you know, we've been getting a lot of calls, thank God, and people are, you know, and anytime the promoters call us or anybody, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Right now, I don't have like I said, a full band, and hopefully maybe we can go back and do something with Technomex and you know with Diego, Sonia, the whole gang, Lobo, and but I don't have a band right now, but we're putting it back together, and we do want to come back. Get back on the road and hopefully, you know, go up to San Angelo, up to West Texas, you know, down to the Valley, Houston, por todos
Hey,
lados.
you don't
I'd like to get
man,
back
bro.
on
I
the
I can play the triangle. Ding.
That's
Nobody's
okay.
business, brother. Like nobody's business.
Compadre, it takes special talent to do that, man. It takes some talent. So
You gotta be right on time.
Yeah.
No, but we'll be back on the road soon, God willing. We'll be back on the road soon, and we'll be coming to a town near you. So keep your ears open.
Definitely, definitely.
Yay.
Chrissy E says, Pete, you are still using the green tea shampoo.
You know what? I should get an endorsement from some
Says-
shampoo. You know, what's the name of that football player with the long hair that has his?
Yeah. No, you remember
Why
the
not?
you remember the commercials back in the 80s? Calgon, or was it that one where she's
The Calvin was in a shampoo. That was like a with a tub or something.
I don't remember. I just remember it was like, oh my gosh.
It was Calgon. Take me away.
Or something? I don't remember. I was a kid, bro. I was a kid. Rita, fireman, stop with the fireman already.
Why? It's a good idea.
No. Nicole Cavasso says, hi, Pete. How are you doing? Nicole is the
Salud.
one that helps out. She helps out La Supernova herself. And so she's a promoter of music as well. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, Pete, let's work together. She says she wants to work with you. So, you know, there's lots of support, man. And you know what? I think one of the things, the good things is that we have a lot of people here, a lot of people from the industry that are chiming in.
Yeah,
and
that's what I just noticed. A lot of up and coming artists, a lot of established artists is there, and you know, and it's good to see the. You know what? It's really good that you bring that up because I know a lot of people always say that us Tejanos, we bring each other down, or we're envidiosos, or we don't want to lend the equipment to the other band, or we're always trying that what is it? That crabs in the bucket syndrome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're always trying to pull everybody down, and right now, what I'm seeing is not that. I think
No,
everybody's
no.
is uniting for the cause, which is to get the industry going, to get this new talent going. So I think that should be the new focus on really helping each other out. You know,
That's really what we try to promote here. We try to push that envelope. Is, you know, Ilda and I, we say it all the time, and actually it's a good time to go ahead and mention it now.
Yeah.
We if you're listening to our radio station, you know, if you are an artist, or if you know of an artist or of a band that wants to get their music played, go ahead and send it into admin@qvoradio.com. .net. But it has to be recorded in industry standards. You know that because you know the levels and everything else, and it has to have an ISRC code so that way you can get paid. I am a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP, CSEC, SOCOR, and BMI, and on all the other ones. And if you're listening to it on the radio, on QvoRadio.fm, or if you're listening to it on the app, there will be an add to cart button there. You can go ahead and click on that add to cart button. It will take you to the music, so that way you can go ahead and buy it there from iTunes. I do not make any money from that from that transaction. However, I do get a discount because I participated in the program. So with that being said, yeah,
Well, it is
go.
awesome that you do that comparative because I mean, a lot of people like you said, like that's a really good point that you made about the quality of the recording because
Right,
you want it to be helpful to you. If the recording is not good, you're not helping yourself.
right.
And I know it gets expensive, but nowadays there's a lot of really good home studios. A lot of people doing some really, really good work. You don't have to go to the major fancy studio anymore. And if you can, more power to you. And there's some great ones, man. I mean, I've
Mhm.
been very lucky. Like I said, back in the day, I worked with Manny Guerra and of course Gilbert Velasquez. Red from Q Productions, Raul Sanchez now at the Ranch Studios. But there's a lot of great studios. But there's also some like I don't want to say mom and pop shops, but beginning engineers that are doing some great work too. So give them a chance. But like you said, make sure that the quality of the recording. So
Mhm.
you're only helping yourself and not making yourself look bad.
Yeah,
Well, and nowadays, like with technology, there's people that do this whole production in their bedroom and it sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
it's
yes,
amazing. It really
and
is. Some of these new cats, some of these new guys. I mean, really young people. I mean that are getting involved. The recording out of their homes. I mean, I've heard some
Mhm.
incredible stuff that I really don't even believe they did it in their. Yeah, we did. We had a little studio in my closet, and I recorded it and it's amazing. So just try to find somebody that's gonna give you a good product. And like I said, and if you can go to one of these bigger studios, like I said, if you
Mhm.
can work with Gilbert Velasquez, who wouldn't want to do that, or with
yeah.
Raul Sanchez, or even Q Productions over there in Corpus Christi. That's amazing. But if you
Mhm.
can,
Yeah,
try to find somebody who's credible.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's also it's good for your music to make sure that it gets, because you want it to sound right. You want
Yeah,
it to
exactly.
sound good.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of misconceptions of what is supposed to be done with music, and only the people that are professionals will tell you the correct way. And when I get it, if it doesn't fit within those parameters, I can't use it. I mean, it's not just you. You also understand that it reflects on me as well. And so it has to be good quality. And I don't sit. And Hilda and I, we are strong proponents. We say it is not up to us to
Mhm.
decide. Those were things of the past. We do not decide what people should listen to. The people decide. Let them decide. I have a show on Sundays. It should have been a bigger hit where I play music that did not get the opportunity for people to hear it, to listen to it. That was great music, but it always was on the B side, or it was the number 8 track that never got listened to
Yeah.
because people decided for me, you don't get to
Mhm.
listen to this song, and I don't think that's fair. Everybody should have a listen to every
Yeah.
good song. Let you decide. The whole, I mean, we had last year we had 100,000 listeners every month.
Oh
One
wow,
million, one
that's
million
awesome.
343,000 people listen to the radio station. That is an accomplishment because
Mhm.
we allow them to listen to everything. We don't play just the old stuff. We play the new stuff, but we played everything. And so you have a chance to listen to some good stuff. So,
Well,
you
but
know,
the only way you're gonna get some of the new artists, to succeed in the industry is to give them a chance. If
right.
nobody gives
Yeah.
them a chance, how do you expect the industry to grow, the genre to continue to grow if you don't give them a chance? And I know it's hard. The radio stations, well, we want to play the hits. We want to play like Emilio and Selena and Mas, La Mafia, but how do you keep the industry going if you don't bring in new blood? And
Correct.
like right here, we've seen a lot of people that are talking to us, listening to us, and that's a lot of new blood. And we need
Mhm.
to give them an opportunity, just like somebody gave us an opportunity back then. And like I know you
Yeah.
have to pay your dues and all the things like that, but we do need to give an opportunity. And I'm glad you're doing that. That show that you're saying, giving that music that you think is worthy that didn't get a chance and giving it a chance. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Legend. If you need a keyboard, I know a keyboards. He did a tracks with K1 Alamo.
Órale.
Kings One. I don't remember. No, just kidding. Lawrence and Hilda, Casas and Hilda, doing a great stuff in our music industry. Well, thank you for recognizing that. I really do
Aw, thanks,
appreciate it. He says,
Nicole.
preach. Thank you. Jenny Rio says, hello, Hilda and Mr. Pete and Indio.
Hi,
Jamie Rios
Jamie.
from Conroe, Texas. There you go.
Conroe, Texas. Man, I
Zeke,
got tons of family up there in Conroe.
you got them everywhere. Brother.
Un
Uh,
saludo para toda la familia en Conroe. A lot of people de mi familia, de los Astudillos, and also the Sanchez side. A lot of family up in the Houston area, up in Conroe. Un saludo para todos ellos, para toda mi gente de México, toda la gente mexicana que ahora vive por acá. Un saludo. My family is originally from Guerrero, a very tiny little town. Well, not even a town, more like a rancho. It's called Tuzantlan. And a lot of people from that area are now in the Conroe area. So un saludo para toda
oh
la banda
Oh,
de
wow,
wow.
Conroe.
that's
A
cool. That's
lot of people
cool.
from that area.
At least you know where your roots are at. You know, a lot of people
Well, but
don't
I
really
know
know
my
that.
roots very, very well. And
They're still
they're,
stuck to me, loco. They won't let me go.
and I'm very proud of my roots. I'm from Guerrero. My parents, of course, were there. I'm the first born in this country. Both my mom and dad are from that little town, Tuzantlan, Guerrero. And then, the American dream, they wanted to move north, so they ended up in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas, the Mexican side of where I live now.
Yeah.
And that's where the rest of my siblings were born. And then when finally my parents got their green cards, como les dicen, las micas, they moved to Laredo, Texas, which where I'm from, and they moved to a ranch. My dad was a farmer, and my mom was a housewife, and that's where I was born. And outside of Laredo, a little outside of Laredo, en un rancho que se llamaba Las
Wow.
Palmas. Well, that's why I'm from Laredo, and I was the firstborn on both sides of my family. I'm the first generation Mexican American.
Wow.
I'm very
Wow.
proud of my Mexican roots, and of course, very proud of being an American. I mean, it's a balancing act. Our traditions, our love for this country, the opportunities this country has given us, but
Mm,
our love for where we came from, and we can balance it out.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. Zeke says, shout out to Hilda. Shared the stage with her a few times at Jam Drums for Junior Reina y El Ligado. She's such a talent. There you go. You
Aw,
got some
thank you,
compliments,
Zeke. You're
There,
super
definitely.
sweet.
It's Tejano Time says, shout out from DFW. Great to see you, Pete. The Heat, Astudio. Because
Eat
there's
the heat, man.
Pete the Heat. What the?
I like
That's the
it.
one.
I'm
That's
still
the
trying to
one.
remember who. I think it was Rock and Roll James.
Yeah, it was Rock and Roll
Put
James.
Pete, they started calling me Pete the Heat back in the day, back in the late '80s, man. And it kind of stuck. And people still call me Pete the Heat. I like it. I'll take it. It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
I live
one.
on there's a lot of heat here, so it kind of goes well
I know it's
with my
super
name.
hot. I told you when I went down there, it was so freaking hot. I was like, oh my God. I mean, how do you
Buddy,
people live this way?
we're supposed to be in the mid '90s tomorrow. Can you believe that? And I don't think I'm ready for the '90s yet.
Uh,
But we're supposed to be in the mid '90s. But very grateful. I think we had a pretty good, decent winter.
yeah.
There was no thank God no interruptions with the electricity like a few years
Yes.
back. A lot of chaos. We avoided that this year, so I'm thankful for that. And 'cause that was crazy, man, a few years
I
back.
have
So
Mhm.
I have two generators. I don't mess with it. I'm like, mm-mm. I
I
don't
need to
trust
get
none
me
of
one.
y'all. Yeah, I don't mess with them. Nicole says, I'm so thankful that icons are giving Christy Lux music an opportunity. Yes.
That's
Well,
awesome.
new everybody should have an opportunity. If you tell yourself no, you've already lost.
Mhm.
Get
Uh,
it?
you gotta keep striving. You gotta keep working and everything else, and that's the beauty part of it. But we should be helping each other, and the only way we can level up is together. That's the best way for us to do it together.
That is
Mhm.
absolutely right, man. Como te digo, I know that through the years, the Tejanos, we've gotten a bad rap.
Yeah,
We don't help each other out. But I think that's changing, and I can see it now with the comments that people are putting there, and I've sensed it, with the people that I've talked to in the last several years, and I think it's not that it was ever really bad, but we just had a bad rap. I think
I think it was selective. I think what it was. It's just
exactly because for
the
the most.
stories that were written or that were told were the ones that were juicy just because of the fact that that was the only thing that was out there to say.
And like
You
and
know,
like any story, it got
yeah,
bigger and bigger and bigger
right,
and bigger.
yeah, yeah,
Because
and that's why.
you always get the stories like, well, we were playing with this band and they didn't want to lend us the equipment, or they didn't want to move the equipment or they didn't want to do
Mm.
this. And I mean, that happens. If you're not the headliner, you have, okay, that's another thing. If you're a young and up and coming band, you also have to respect. If you're not the headliner, you got to get there with plenty of time to find out what's going on, to get your equipment checked, do your sound check, find out what the schedule is. And you can't just get there and set up your equipment if you're not the headliner. So you have to learn also that respect to respect who is the headliner. Talk to the engineer, talk to the person in charge, talk to the person that's putting the event together, and say, okay, what do we do? Where do we set up? What time do we need to be there? Because you can't just get there and expect everybody to serve you. So also
Yeah,
that's another thing. And
operate under the CYA. Cover your ass.
and this is more of an industry thing because once you get on
Mm.
stage, it's a different story. But this is the background. You have to work with roadies, with technicians, with engineers, and sometimes they're not in a good mood. Sometimes they're
They've been chewed
tired.
out. They've been
It's
chewed out
like,
all
bring him a
day.
taco, please.
So make sure that you don't show up 15 minutes before you have to go on and expect everybody to serve you if you're not the headliner. That's
Yeah.
another thing.
It's
People forget that.
yeah, it's like know your role. Like, your role
Yeah.
is to be the opener, not
Guys,
the superstar. Like,
you you just said it yourself right there. Know your
Yeah.
role. Be grateful that you're there, and also
Mhm.
be grateful that they're gonna lend you the equipment, or offer, hey, when you guys are done,
Be
do
satisfied
you
that you're
need some
there.
help?
Yeah.
Les echamos la mano.
Yeah, or at
And
least be understanding when they say no, we don't want anybody touching our equipment, because there
yeah,
could be different reasons why. There could be different settings, this, that, or whatever that are specific for their show.
yeah,
And
and the
I've
thing
had people get mad at us for not saying, "Oh yeah, well, don't touch your drums. Like, set up your own kit, whatever." But it's always for certain reasons, and I
but
think that these
yeah,
newer bands coming in, as long as they understand, hey, this is your role to open the show, you're getting your feet wet, you've got this great opportunity that's been given to you, just take advantage of it and learn from those around you.
exactly, and that's why I say you gotta get there with ample time, not just get
Mhm.
there 15 minutes before the show. Like, okay, where do we go? No, 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 no. So just be considerate of that. And sometimes we
Yeah.
forget, so be that. And I know sometimes things happen. Hey, we broke down, we couldn't be there, whatever. But for the most part, try to be prepared, try to be professional, be polite, be courteous. These people are there to help you, hopefully.
Yeah.
Communication is a big thing.
Yeah.
Treat them right. Take some water. Say, hey, una agüita.
Yeah.
Make it better. And I've been very lucky, even back with Selena when she wasn't the headliner. We weren't the headliners all the time. For the most part, I think we were able to work with everyone pretty much. I don't think there was ever any horrible experiences that I can think of. But I mean, sometimes it was rougher. Like sometimes like I said, okay, you guys can't touch anything. You have to set up your equipment in front of our equipment, and when you're done, you need to take it off. Okay, cool. That's what you want. So you have to learn your place, like you said earlier.
Definitely. Janie Reels, she says from Conroe, I worked with your cousin for Conroe ISD a long time ago. You don't know. Everybody's like, I knew you. Mallory Pettis says, can you please share your favorite memory of you and Selena together? But let me hold off on that one real quick. Before you answer that question, let's go ahead and share some music with you real quick. This is a song that I loved that you released a long time ago. It's one of the songs that I played on the show that I think that, once again, it should have been played more because it's a good song. It's a great song, and it deserved more attention than it got. And it's your song Sufrias. It is just an all around well constructed song, and I hope that people appreciate it as much as I do because it's really a great song. Can you give us a little bit of background about the song?
Sufrirás, man. This song. You're talking about Sufrirás, right?
Yeah, Sufridas.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's a song that I wrote with once again with AB. I think that was off of the Si Tú No Estás album. I think that was still with Capital EMI. And I think this is the first time that we kind of wanted to. I mean, I know back in the day, believe it or not, this was in the 90s. Think about it, man. And we were trying to incorporate a little bit of the Colombiano sound, the cumbia. The cumbia colombiana. That's where cumbia comes from. There's
Right.
all kinds of cumbias, but the cumbia colombiana, that's like the motherland, the Colombianos. So we wanted to incorporate a little bit of that into this song, but not too much to lose the people. But it's also it's a bitter man, a very bitter, very, very, very bitter man, singing, telling this woman, you know what, you put me through hell, but your kisses, they're gone. Everything that represents you is gone. And now you're the one that's gonna suffer because you know you're gonna want me back. But everything we had, ya se acabó. Vas a sufrir, chiquita, para que se te quite. So like I said, it was a very, very bitter song. But the music part, we wanted to incorporate a little bit of Colombiano in there, and that's what we did. And this is a production that I did, of course, with A.B. Quintanilla.
Now, remember when I told you that I listen to songs, but I just listen to the music. I don't really interpret it until I put it all down and I have to write it down. I'm way off on the name of what the song is about.
What did you think it was about?
Hell, I don't know. It wasn't about that,
no. What did that girl say earlier? Is 90% lyrics and
the rest of it is whatever the hell is in there.
Whatever the hell is in there.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the song Repeat Studio right here on Qvo Radio. Goes like this.
Besos ya están olvidados, tus caricias se han borrado y al perfume de tu cuerpo le dije adiós. De ti ya no queda nada, eres llama apagada y solo cenizas en mi corazón. Yo te di todo lo bueno, fui un esclavo a tus deseos. Y aún así me pagas con una traición. Sufrirás por ese gran error, porque este amor a ti nunca volverá. Sufrirás tan inmenso dolor que ni el tiempo ni otro amor lo borrará. Sí. Tus besos ya están olvidados, tus caricias se han borrado y al perfume de tu cuerpo le dije adiós. De ti ya no queda nada, eres llama apagada y solo cenizas en mi corazón. Yo te di todo lo bueno, fui un esclavo a tus deseos y aún así me pagas con una traición. Sufrirás por ese gran error, porque este amor a ti nunca volverá. Sufrirás tan inmenso dolor que ni el tiempo ni otro amor lo borrará. ¡Sabor! Sufrirás por este gran error, porque este amor a ti nunca volverá. Sufrirás tan inmenso dolor que ni el tiempo ni otro amor lo borrará. Que ni el tiempo ni otro amor lo borrará.
Man.
Like I said, that song did not get enough credit. It's still fire, dice Mallory.
Aw.
But you know
Yeah.
what? It's funny you should say it, and I'm not just saying this because you're saying it, but I swear to God, I feel the same way because that's such a good song. And when we put it out, that was one of my favorite songs on the CD. And like I said, we incorporated a little bit of the Colombiano, which was at the time was unheard of.
Mhm.
And even though we were playing the drums, but I guess maybe it was a little ahead of its time. Maybe I don't know. Maybe people didn't get it. The message I think was a great message. Anybody can relate to it. You know, when you're hurt, and finally you get over that person that hurt the heck out of you, and then like maybe she wants to get back or he wants to get back, and you say, you know what, it's over. Your kisses are gone. Everything that was meant anything is gone. So now it's gonna be your mistake, and you're the one's gonna suffer because I don't want you anymore. So it's a very relatable, very common message, but the style of music, the way we did it, like I said, it had a little Colombiano feel, and this is in the '90s, man, which is like, I mean, Colombiano music was not anywhere near Tejano, so maybe it was a little ahead of it. And I've always wanted, but back to what you just said, I've always wanted to pitch that song to a new band that might do it now. Maybe some of the new young cats. Even I can hear like maybe even like AJ Castillo. He does a lot of Colombiano music, and
Mhm.
I had thought about him, like pitching it to him, because I know he loves doing Colombiano, and this one definitely has that feel. He could have. You know what, AJ, if you're listening, do this song.
I'll call AJ right now. No, just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
But
get him on the line.
actually, that's why I say it should have been a bigger hit. Should have been a bigger
But you know
hit.
what? There's a lot of, and going back to what you just said, and we've written a lot of songs with AB, myself, with Ricky. They weren't, they didn't do much. And I mean, these are songs that I love, but for some reason and that's what we always want to do. As a writer, you want to connect. And I always tell people when I write a song or I help write a song, I co-write a song, if somebody comes up to me and tells me, dude, that song you wrote is like you wrote it for me. Every
Mhm.
single word is that's me. And when somebody tells me that, I that connection is there, and you did something right. And sometimes for whatever reason they don't connect. And not that the song's bad, like you said, maybe it wasn't its moment. And like I always tell people a really, well, not a funny story, but a story that when I did Estúpido Romántico with Ricky Vela, when I wrote that and we didn't know who to give it to, and at the time I said, well, let's give it to Mas. Of course, we were dreaming because Mas was doing amazing things at the time.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let's try it. What the hell? Let's give it a shot. And at the time, Ricky had just finished writing a song called No Me Queda Más. And believe it or not, so I told Ricky, you know what? I had told him before that he needed to give it to Selena, but Ricky's super shy and he's super insecure, and everybody knows that. So I'm not saying anything new. So bottom line, I said, well, let's give it to Mas. So we said, Mas, no me queda más. We said, Estúpido Romántico, and we sent them another song on a cassette. Believe it or not, that's how long ago it was. They decided to record Estúpido Romántico, and they passed on No Me Queda Más.
No me queda más.
Wow.
And my point, the point I'm trying to make is like what you were saying, like the song, for some reason, they didn't connect with it. Why didn't they connect? And then Selena does it. It's one of her monster hits. So what is it that they didn't hear? The greatness of the song, which I knew it was great, but we ended up giving it to them. They rejected it, bottom line. And then at that point, I told Ricky, you have to give it to Selena. Just give it to AB. Just show it to him. And he was like, no, they're not gonna like it. Are you crazy? They're gonna love it. Finally, he gave it to AB, who then of course gave it to Selena and to Abraham, to the band. And she loved it. And it was one of her monster hits. But my point, going back to you just said, it didn't belong to Mas. It belonged over here. And sometimes songs get lost. And I think this is a great song that just got lost in the shuffle. And I think if somebody would record it right now, even if I re-recorded it again, I don't know. But I can hear like some, like I said, the person that comes to mind immediately is AJ Castillo because he loves that Colombiano sound.
Mhm.
Well, see,
Reach out to
that's
him.
that's one of the things that I run into a lot is because I have a huge catalog of music of because I am one of the fans. I go out and buy the albums. I buy the albums, not just the single, the albums. And I have listened to all of it. And then I say, okay, I really do like this song. Why isn't it being played? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. And then people call me up and it's like, dude, who's singing that song? I was like, read the description, it's there. Click on the box, it'll take you there. And they're like, holy shit, I didn't know that Pete actually sang this song. Yes,
But I'm
because
telling you, and I'm glad you're doing that. I really am glad you're doing that because there's some really great. I mean, like there's this song that Selena did, and going back to the same thing that I thought it was fantastic, and it was called I don't even remember the name, and I wrote the song late. Um, It'll come to me. But my point is, it didn't do anything. I mean, it was on the album. It was a cool addition to the album, and they never released it as a single. Vuelve a mí. Vuelve a mí. Da, 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 da.
yeah,
And I thought that was a beautiful, and the way she sang it, and the whole she talks at the beginning, and she does this whole thing. Like, man, that's gonna be in my head. I thought it was gonna be a monster hit,
Wow.
and it never got released as a single. It's I don't think you. And do y'all remember that song "Vuelve a mí"? And
Vuelve a mí.
that's a Selena song, and you guys don't even remember it. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes things get
Wow.
lost in the shuffle. But and I'm glad you're add that one to your list. "Vuelve a mí" with Selena. Add it to your B side.
Yeah, my
Your
B-side, right?
B-side.
Real quick, Joanna Ray, she's a singer from Midland, Texas. She just finished recording her album with Sevi Contreras from Texas Latino at Slack Monster Studios. She just finished. She's fixing to release her album. She says, "Oh my goodness, hi Pita Studio, hi friends. I continue to sing Como Te Extraño frequently for my loved ones in heaven, and it means so much to me." And I
What?
know you wrote it. You wrote it initially for your mom who had passed recently, and then the sadness that happened, you know, with Selena, and you know, it all got tied together. But could you talked about it a little bit before,
Yeah.
but have you ever really taken deep thought on how your music has touched so many lives? You have people have fallen in love to your music. People have wished they have kissed their first kiss to your music. They've danced their first dance to your music. Has that ever what kind of impact has that done to you, or do you even think of that? I mean, what is that like, you know, for you to have, I mean, people are calling you the legend here. I put it down as the legend himself, the Tejano legend. That's what I put down in my advertisement. And, you know, I'm sure people are picking up on that, but do you see yourself in that scope, or how do you see yourself, man?
Honestly, God, I don't. I'm just consider myself a very grateful, blessed person. And like what I mentioned to you earlier about connecting, you know, when you can connect and like somebody tells you, like, man, every word in that song, I can relate to it. It's me, or it relates to somebody that I love. And Como Te Extraño is one of the perfect prime examples of that. I mean, I've been very lucky to have written a lot of stuff for Selena and for myself and other people, but that one specifically, but from the very beginning, it was a combination for my mom and Selena. The thing is, my mom passed away on April 11th, 1994. And Selena passed away, of course, everybody knows, March 31st. So that was almost to the date, you know, a
Yeah.
year apart. So I was still really hurting really bad from my mom. I mean, I was just barely getting back. You know, we took some time off after my mom passed away. When we got back in the road, we got back in the studio. We tried to, you know, continue with life, but it was really hard. And then to get that second hit, that
Blow,
second
that
blow,
blow.
that
Yeah.
it devastated me. And then it really took me back again, also to my mom again. I kind of just, it was a combination of so much pain and so much suffering and so much hurt. And once again, I was sidelined, like didn't want to work, and we didn't know what was gonna go on. It was just so chaotic, so crazy. And the music was became therapeutic. So when AB approached me about writing the song, I already had thought about some things in my head. And I remember he started talking about it. And I go, you know what? I have some ideas too. I had thought about it too. And it was funny how our ideas were very similar without even us talking. And he goes, you know what? I don't want it to be about Sal. He goes, I want it to be about your mom. And he goes, I don't want it just to be about Sal. I also want it to be about your mom. He was like, yeah, man, I kind of was thinking that too, about it'd be cool if we could do both. But I don't want to talk about death. He goes, yeah, I don't want to talk about death either. It was just about longing, wanting for somebody so bad and missing. Yeah, that's it. So it was kind of that chemistry that we've had, and it was playing right into it again. And I think the pain that we were both sharing came together and created that. We didn't have to make it up. We were living it in the hardest way, in the most devastating way. My mother, and then Sal, then Selena, and of course, it was just so much pain that the song became therapeutic. It was cathartic almost. It was just, when I finished writing the lyrics, I remember I was in Corpus. I didn't even think they were that good because I did them so quick. I mean, we kind of had structured it and stuff, but then when I really sat down to write the lyrics, I wrote them so quick. I'm like, that can't be good. That's quick. And I remember showing them to Joe, and he was like, man, oh, dude, this is really beautiful. You really? Because it just came too fast. And then later on, it came too fast. It came really fast because I didn't have to think about it too much. I mean, I was just writing what I was feeling, but I was still real insecure. And like, no, let me work on it some more. And I kept just messing with it and stuff. And I was going to show the lyrics the next day to AB. Because back then we didn't have phones. We couldn't text them, or we couldn't, So
don't tell nobody we didn't have phones. What are you talking about?
I couldn't just send them a text. Hey, dude, here are the lyrics, man. Ahorita te mando un WhatsApp. I had to meet him at the studio the following day and present the lyrics. Like I said, we already had talked about it and stuff. So when I showed him the lyrics for the first time, I was like really scared, because it was so personal too. And he grabbed them, and I remember of course, I was doing everything on a paper, and I still do, actually. I still write a lot of stuff on paper. I still do that. And I remember just him looking at their lyrics and reading them, and I could just see in his face like that they were right. And he'll, dude, this is awesome. This is it. That's it. Right there, man. You don't have to change anything. That's it. And it was like, it was just therapeutic is the word I like to use, because it really was therapeutic to both of us. And also at the end of the day, it was a song about my mom, a song about Selena, but we wanted to do a song for everyone that's been going or had been through or had gone through what we were going through. It was going to be a song for everyone. Yeah. So it wasn't just for us; it was for the whole world to ease your pain. And to ease that when you're at the worst moment of your life, when you lose somebody that you love so much, this was going to be your song. And that's what we wanted to connect. And I think we did that, man. I think we did that really well in this particular song, because it was so personal for both of us. And poor Joe Ojeda is also part of the song too.
Yeah, I think that's one of you said it earlier. You said it's very cathartic. It just helped in the healing process, I know I said it earlier, not earlier, but I said it before at a friend's when we were having the meal after the internment. I said that, I think it's not true to say that time heals all wounds. It's not time that heals the wound. It's the love that you have. Yeah. Love is what heals the wound. Time just permisses you to, it's permissive. You learn to live with it.
Exactly.
Time.
You're exactly right.
But love
going back to what you asked me earlier, I've had so many people, man, come to me and tell me that, Qvo Te Extraño. And then we played this song for my mom. We played this song for my grandpa or my grandma, or and even different situations. Like I've had so many people like, I got divorced and I haven't seen my kids, and every time I hear this song, it takes me to my kids. So it's worked in so many ways. And going back to your initial question, it's a privilege, it's a blessing that even if we're not there like as a band, Los Celine Los Dinos, that we've been part of so many celebrations, man. Our music's been part of bautizos, bodas, quinceañeras, carnes asadas, divorcios, you name it, any type of celebration that can exist with Latinos and even non-Latinos, Selena music, Selena songs, Selena Los Dinos are there. So we're part of so many celebrations, man. And it's so overwhelming to think about it. But I was talking, I'm trying to think who I was talking to about this the other day. And he goes, can you imagine how many people have heard this music or made that part of their celebration? We're part of so many celebrations without even knowing it. And we made that celebration better by the music that we did together with so much love. And we're still part of these celebrations. And Selena's been gone for so long. I mean, híjole, all this time. And we're still part of those celebrations. And that's the beautiful thing about it. To me, I mean, I couldn't ask for more, man. You really can't ask for more.
Yeah. And then, like us, our engagements back in the past, and, we can still reminisce about, our paths crossing back in the day, and still that music helps bridge that gap. Honestly, I just remember the music. I just remember hanging out. I just remember watching the shows, and after the shows and kicking back and drinking beers. And I mean, it might as well have been yesterday. I don't know how long ago it was. It was just so long, and it's so much fun. It was just, it was part of the creative process. It's really good.
Well, music, man, transports you. I mean, what I used to listen to as a kid, I listen to it now, and I get transported immediately. The music that my dad would listen to, or my mom would listen to, or my siblings would listen to, or the music I listened to in high school. Like, remember this song we were cruising,
Yeah.
And music has the ability to transport you to those moments, good and bad, The first time you fell in love, the first time you got your heart broken, híjole, man, that was a tough one. But you're transported through music to all these moments, and it's just beautiful. I mean, I know I sound corny when I say this, but it's
no corniness at all.
It's still very true. Rodman asked me.
It's like the soundtrack of your life type of thing. We've been the soundtrack of so many lives.
Definitely.
What I've done by myself, and it's a beautiful feeling.
They're asking a question: what comes first, the lyrics or the music? How do you create your music? What comes first? What's in your head?
In my case, I mean, everybody. If you ask different writers, they're all going to tell you different things. In my case, I don't play an instrument. A lot of people think I play guitar or piano. And I'm a little ashamed to say that I don't play an instrument. I play a damn good Qvo. You might have seen me in the Selena Los Dinos days with a Qvo. I love to play Qvo. I'm not very good at it, but I love playing it. But I don't play an instrument. I don't play any type of instrument. Like I said, I'm a little ashamed to say it. So my voice is my instrument. And that's how I create mostly. So in my case, not everybody's case, in my case, I write the lyrics and the melody at the same time.
Oh, cool.
So I'm kind of making it up as I go, like and of course, first to me the concept is first, actually.
Yeah.
The concept, if somebody tells me something and it's really interesting, and it'll spark something. But for the most part, it's part of my life. My life, everything that I've written has to do something with my life. At some point, we, especially when you get my age, we loved people that didn't love us. People that have been in love with us, so we don't love them back. We've been hurt. We've been rejected. I've done horrible.
You heard the story about that guy, and you're like, "Damn, man, that's a good song, man." That dude, he got
like Estúpido Romántico, for example. Estúpido Romántico. that is one of the saddest songs that I've written, and I wrote that with Ricky Vela. And a lot of people hear it, and it's a cumbia, so you're like, "Hey, tú estúpido romántico."
Romantico.
But
I'm in love.
it's such a sad song because what I wanted to do, and I discussed it with Ricky. I want to write a song about a guy that is head over heels for the first time, but I'm talking like enamorado, like you're seeing stars and the moon and you hear little birds chirping and you're like floating and you're like in love, like for the first time, like in love, madly in love, discussing, having a discussion with a guy that's been heartbroken like horribly for the first time.
Oh no.
And the guy that's been horribly heartbroken is telling him, tú estúpido romántico.
Yeah.
Tú que crees en el amor, tú no conoces de detalles de rechazos, de lágrimas que me ahogan el dolor. So he's like telling him, dude, you don't know anything. And that's why he's despierta, realiza y deja de vivir en ese sueño. Los sueños nunca se hacen
Dude, you just totally ruined that song for me, bro. I was just like getting down to that one now.
One of the saddest songs, and it's that's why he's calling him a stupid romantic. You don't know anything about love, dude. You haven't felt pain.
That's what I do with every breath you take. Now it's like a freaking stalker song and shit.
No, but of course, you know, Maz did a phenomenal job on that one, and of course, you know, it did really well for us. We won BMI awards for that one, and this and that.
Yeah,
and of course,
Grupo
Más, you know. And of course, then Jimmy went out to do incredible things on his own. But you know, those songs, man, they transport you. I mean, como te digo, as a songwriter, when anybody tells you that you've written something that they think was specifically written for them, man, you've done your job.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Real quick, just listen a couple of shout outs to Chris Zavala, to Julianne Solis. How are you doing? Irene Mendoza is joining us as well. So is Marshall Bowen. How are you doing, Marshall? Jenny would love to meet him one day. Jenny B is a new artist, a new Tejano artist as well. And Jenny B.
JB.
Jenny B.
Jimmy B. Saludos, Jimmy. Much success, man.
Mallory Perez off the subject. What's Pete's secret to great hair? He always has great hair.
But don't hate me because I'm beautiful. You know, honest to God, I think it's in my genes. My dad passed away at 85 some years back, and my dad had a full head of hair when he passed. He was very white, so I'm gonna get there eventually. The whole white is long hair, but my dad had a full head of hair when he passed. So I'm hoping that I got his genes and I have the hair for a little while longer. But thank you so much, and I still believe I should get a shampoo commercial out of this, man.
Right?
You never know.
My grandfather was 107. My grandfather was 107, full head of hair. So.
Pues tú eres indio, igual que yo.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's all there, brother. It's
I'm telling you, it's that Indian blood in us, man.
That's right. It's gotta be. Selena has been an inspiration to Allie. Janie Rios her granddaughter is Allie. She's one of the singers. She's that 12-year-old singer with sang a couple of songs with Shelly Lares.
Oh, wow.
And she will be closing her performance with Como la Flor.
Oh, wow.
She's performing at Fanfare this coming Fanfare, so it's pretty cool that she's going to be there.
Well, good luck to you, and kick some butt. Be ready, be prepared, do your homework.
Rick Manso says, "I'd love to meet Pete one day to collaborate on a song. I would sing and play guitar." Rick, you're a rock star, bro. That is awesome that you want to play with Pete, man. You know, you crossing the genres and everything else.
Who's this?
Rick Manso, he plays heavy metal, man. That's pretty awesome.
Dude, this is the thing, man. A lot of people don't know this. Well, I've said it before. I'm a rocker at heart. I mean, I grew up. I mean, I'm an '80s rocker guy. You know, AC/DC, Kiss, Sabbath. You know, and then even some of the heavier stuff, Saxon, and all of that. Judas Priest. So I grew up with metal, and I still listen to that. I still love that. But las puertas se me abrieron where I got my opportunity was Tejano. And I'll be really honest, when I started with Tejano, I grew up in the frontera, I grew up in the border. So I had a lot of influence from my parents, from my siblings. I'm the youngest of 8. But I love rock and roll. But then my brothers would listen to cumbias like Qvo Tejano and stuff like that. So I had a little influence from that. And my dad liked the old stuff. Coming from Guerrero, he liked Vicente Fernandez, he liked Jose Alfredo Jimenez. So there was a little fusion. And me personally, I love this singer, Jose Jose, was a monster singer, an incredible singer. And it was kind of weird because I was a rocker that loved Jose Jose and also Jose Alfredo, but like Qvo Tejano. Like, she was like a really weird fusion.
Very well-rounded.
It's very well-rounded. Rick Manzo says, hell yeah, I'm in.
Let's do it, man. I'm down, man. I'm down. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this either, but I'll tell you this. I recorded a rock and roll album what about 10 years ago? More than that. I did a Spanish rock album with Joe Ojeda and El Güero from San Antonio. What's it? Oh, man, his name's escaping me right now. I'll get it. I'll get it right now. It's been a while. Adriel Ramirez and Joe Ojeda. We did a Spanish rock album. As a matter of fact, I might release some of those tracks because we never released it. We only released one track. And as a matter of fact, you can find it on iTunes. It's called Quiero Llorar. And it's a song.
Wow.
Okay, there's another one for your B-side. It's called Quiero Llorar. And it's just a song that I wrote with Joe and Adriel. And it's supposed to be, or in my thought, or the way I wrote it, it's the continuation of Qvo Te Extraño. And it's called Quiero Llorar.
Wow.
So look for it on iTunes, Quiero Llorar. And we did a pop ballad version and we did a cumbia version. So there's 2 versions on there. So check it out, Quiero Llorar, iTunes. But it's not under Pita Studio. It's called Ruido Añejo. And that was the name of our rock project. Like Ruido and Añejo like the tequila. So there you go. There's the little trivia for you guys.
Now I got to look it up. Look
it up. Quiero Llorar, Ruido Añejo. It's on iTunes.
Yeah. So real quickly, Julie Cruz says, is that Pete Astudio? Yes.
It is, Judy.
It is, Julie. Of course it is. Philip Leo says, we are all in the same boat, brother. We all are in the same boat. Salina Natera says, all great influence. Now your major influences are the new generation. Now you're the major influence of the new generation of music.
Well, I hope so. I mean, and I hope, I think it'd be cool to bridge some of the new young artists. And I know, and big shout out to Shelly Larex. I know she's been working with a lot of that. I haven't talked to her in a long time. Shelly, un saludote si me estás viendo ahorita o si no estás escuchando.
She is.
And I know she's doing it with Jose Rosario. I know they're doing a lot of really cool stuff with a lot of young artists. And good for her and good for Jose. And know that camp that Shelly Larex, what's the name of that label?
Shell Shock Records. Shell Shock Records.
Para toda la gente de Shell Shock. And I know she's doing a lot of work with a lot of young artists. And that's great for her. And I makes me want to be more involved with these young new talent, and this is the future of our industry.
Like I said, we're all here, right here. Yeah. Aaron Tex Gonzalez says saludos desde Atlanta, Georgia. He says Textown music is here in the house, and she says love siempre estaré a tu lado. And Mary Lou Guerrero says hello. Wow, so exciting to watch the main man himself. Why don't we just go ahead and take a quick musical break and go ahead and listen to the song, because people have been hitting me up. Hey, where is the song? Where is the song that everybody knows that we're waiting for? Estudio, Como Te Extraño, Como Te Extraño, Como Te Extraño. It's a beautiful song. I'm not going to deny you, because here on Qvo Radio, we do not bend our knee to corporate in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but we do satisfy our listeners.
That's hilarious.
Hey, I gotta do it, bro.
You do it, compadre. You gotta do it.
Just so, Como Te Extraño here from Pita Studio, right here on Qvo Radio.
Hola, pa, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, hijo. ¿Y a ti cómo te fue?
¿Todo bien, pa? ¿Usted qué hace?
Mirando aquí una foto de tu mamacita. Mira, aquí estás con ella.
vacías tú, cómo te extraño. Vives en mi pensamiento, quiero verte y no te tengo. Este adiós quema por dentro, nada me consuela el corazón. Cómo te extraño, cómo te extraño. Nunca te olvidaré. Que no daría por mirarme en el reflejo de tus ojos. Creo oír tu voz y me pongo a llorar como un niño. Cómo te extraño. Qué difícil es decirte adiós, cómo te extraño. ¿Quién me hará reír como lo hacías tú? Cómo te extraño. Vives en mi pensamiento, quiero verte y no te tengo. Este adiós quema por dentro, nada me consuela el corazón. Cómo te extraño, cómo te extraño. Nunca te olvidaré. Que no daría por mirarme en el reflejo de tus ojos. Creo oír tu voz y me pongo a llorar como un niño. Cómo te extraño. Vives en mi pensamiento, quiero verte y no te tengo. Este adiós quema por dentro, nada me consuela el corazón. Cómo te extraño, cómo te extraño. Nunca te olvidaré. Que no daría por mirarme en el reflejo de tus ojos. Creo oír tu voz y me pongo a llorar como un niño. Cómo te extraño. Cómo te extraño. Cómo te extraño.
There you go, brother.
Man, that's a rough one, man. Híjole.
I'm sorry, brother.
Out of that.
You
Well,
know,
how about that sweet mullet, man? How about that sweet mullet?
it was all business.
I have to say a joke, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. So
It was all business in the front, but party in the back.
like, Billy Ray Cyrus, ni que nada. I was the first one, man.
Don't
And
break
you know,
my heart,
man,
my
the-
hickey breaky heart.
The guy at my father was at the beginning. That really is my father, and as you can see, man, his head of hair, and he was already in his 70s there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Yeah.
that's my dad at the beginning, and he was a full head of hair. So I gotta. There's hope I'll keep this for a good while. A lot of my family was in there. My sister was in there.
Wow.
My brother was in there. Of course, that the home videos. That's really my mom.
Yeah.
So it's emotional when I see that, and it really hits. You know, and going back to the connection and
Mhm.
being part of people's lives, and of course, you know, we have to the obvious. You know, Selena, such a she's become such an icon, a legend, if you want to call it, and people just, I mean, love her and just are drawn to her. I mean, all this time later, and I think this song encapsulates that feeling not long ago, and it's still that feeling today. The way people feel about her, which is the way we felt about her back then and still now. But
Mhm.
it's incredible. And I was just watching earlier. I think today is the 29th anniversary of our show at the Dome in Houston.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't even realize, and I wasn't there anymore. I wasn't there anymore. Not that it was gone, but at that point, I was already doing some solo concerts, some solo shows. But I was still part of the band. I was still part of the Q Productions and all that. But I was doing some solo shows. So a lot of the shows at the end, I was not part of that because of that. Because a lot of people ask me, "Why weren't you there? Why weren't you there at this place?" Because I was already doing performing as Pita Studio, and sometimes we would get together, and sometimes they did shows without me.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, I came across that song.
Celaya, Guanajuato, México.
Y se vale, se vale.
Julia version though.
Tanto tiempo ha pasado y la verdad nada ha curado. Te imagino como que si aún estás. Y ya casi ni me conozco, cada día más viejo y loco. El espejo me lo dice sin piedad. Y platico con mi almohada, y aunque no contesta nada, le da alivio esta terca soledad. Quisiera llorar.
There you go. So y'all know those are the power vocals of Pita Studio. So now,
And I'm telling you that song, it's a song, like I said, to me it was. Let me explain what I meant the continuation of Qvo Te Extraño, because like I said, the Qvo Te Extraño was written, in my opinion, or not my opinion, but what my part, I did it for my mom and for Selena. And when I did this song, Quiero Llorar, which I did with Adriel Ramirez and with Joe Ojeda, I put myself in my father's shoes and in Chris's shoes. Like, what would Chris be saying now, or what would my dad be saying now? And that's why that the expressions of what I'm saying. Like, tanto tiempo ha pasado y la verdad nada curado. Te imagino como que si aún estás. Like, everybody says like time will cure. No, ni nada que time ni que nada. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean it was a continuation, but from the point of view, in my the way I did it was in my dad's point of view and Chris's point of view. And as a matter of fact, I've been wanting to approach Chris, and I go, dude, you need to do this song, man. I think people would really relate to the story, the way I wrote it, thinking of him. And I think people would connect. Maybe I'll pitch that to Chris too. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
You're giving me a lot of ideas tonight, man.
I encourage every one of y'all that are listening to it, all of me, because we got a ton of people that are still with us. I encourage each and every one of you to go now. Now you have it. You've already heard it. Look at that. Check it out. There's Pita Studio's website right there. You can go to that QR code. It'll take you to his website. You can go ahead and pick it up there. You can pick it up at iTunes. Now you can go and purchase the song yourself and listen to the rest of the song for yourself.
Quiero Llorar. It's called Ruido, Ruido Añejo, like the tequila. Ruido Añejo, Quiero Llorar.
There you go. So now that's your homework for today. So
you get homework.
There you go. It is what it is. Real quickly, Voice of the South, Geneva, Salas Monjares, Geneva, a friend of the show. Beautiful voice, beautiful woman, beautiful person. Saludos, amigo Pete.
Saludos.
Say, my husband and I love your collab porque le gusta bailar cumbia. Amazing arrangement. Felicidades.
Oh yeah, with the voice of cumbia, we did this. We did this song with a shout out in case the muchachos are listening out there. A voice of cumbia out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And it's a little collaboration. That's from the mind of Baby Quintanilla. He called me about 3 years ago, was it? Mm-hmm. And he goes, you know what? I want to redo Porque Le Gusta Bailar Cumbia, which is a song that I recorded back in 1990.
It was a while.
1992. And then I recorded it again on the Selena Live album, which won us the Grammy. And he goes, you know, I want to redo it with this band out of Dallas. He goes, it's a Young Cats. They're doing really cool stuff. And they had done a song already for us called Pelon. I don't know if you guys remember that one. And that's something that I wrote with AB. So the idea was to, the new, going back to the same thing, the new generation, Voice of Cumbia, old generation, Pira Studio, AB Quintanilla, collab. And it did really well for us. If you haven't seen the video to that one, I'm going to give you more homework. Go check out the video, Pira Studio, Voice of Cumbia, Porque Le Gusta Bailar Cumbia. It's an awesome video. AB's in it, the Voice of Cumbia, obviously, myself. But it's such a video it's so well done. The song is available everywhere, obviously.
It starts out.
So check it out. Check it out.
It starts out really cool, like.
What we're gonna do right now is take you back, way back. Pete, tell us.
Todo el mundo con las manos en alto y diciendo hey, 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 hey. Voice of Cumbia.
There's your sample.
There you go.
Now you know it. Now you've heard it.
Man, you're on top of it, Indio.
Hey, brother, I told you, man. I got you covered, brother.
You're not messing around, carnal.
I got you covered, brother. Mira, Gavino says, great interview. Thank you, Lawrence. I know. I appreciate you.
No, but thank you so much. Like I said, if you haven't seen the video, it's available obviously on YouTube and everywhere. But go check out the video. Download the song, available on all your favorite digital platforms. So check it out. It's Voice of Cumbia and Pira Studio. So check it out. Voice of Cumbia and Pira Studio and AB Quintanilla. So check it out. Great video. Go check it out. The whole thing. Really, really cool video. And like I'm still working a lot with AB. A lot of people, don't know that, but we're still working a lot. As a matter of fact, at the end of this past year in December, this is a different genre, obviously, but Banda MS. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Banda MS. AB and I wrote a song for them, and it just released. Banda MS. The song is called Es Viernes. Banda MS, AB Quintanilla. The video is out. It's also available everywhere. But we're still working together. We're still doing a lot of writing, and also Babo out of San Antonio helped us with that song too.
Yeah.
So we're AB and I are still working. We're still doing some cool stuff together. As a matter of fact, I can't tell you too much, but there's something in the works right now. Really cool that AB's putting together with some major rappers out of Mexico, and he's fusing. Man, crazy. AB's crazy sometimes. he's fusing, rap with cumbia, and he's doing some really cool things. But like I said, he's doing some awesome stuff. We're still working together. And as a matter of fact, I've also been working with Jennifer Peña. I just did a song with her. I wrote a song with her, and God willing, should be coming out really, really soon with Jennifer Peña, and also something with Jesse Turner that's coming out really soon. También Jesse Turner, Zeddy from AB Quintanilla, and a rapper out of Guadalajara called El Neto. So we got some really cool stuff coming out. We've been doing some collaborations, fusing stuff together. Of course, Jennifer Peña, we go back from back in the Q production days. Was when she got signed with Abraham back in the day. I was, of course, with Abraham. So we worked a lot together. I never wrote anything for her back in the day, which I said, man, I wish I would have. But now, about this past year, she reached out to me. And she said, I want to do something. I want to collaborate with you. Like, let's do it. We got to work at the end of last year. We were in the studio. So be looking out for something with Pira Studio. We're not singing together. We just wrote the song together. But it's a really cool, funky little song. I think the ladies are going to like it.
Definitely. Abel says, saludos desde Lake Jackson, Texas. Did Selena have her debut at Angleton, Texas at a place called Bobby Joe's?
Well, saludos para la gente de Angleton, Lake Jackson, man. That's Selena's birthplace.
Bobby Castañeda, he's from California. He says, hello, Indio, Pete, and Hilda. Great show tonight, Pete. How was it playing in Los Angeles with Selena back in the day?
Dude, every time we got on that stage as a band, no matter the early years, the latter years, like I said, the early years were rough, and I'll be honest with you. You know, there was a lot of shows. There was 50, 60 people there, but they were still as amazing as when it was 10,000 people. The energy, the camaraderie, the chemistry that we had as a band. Now, I'm not saying that it was irrelevant. It was factored out. Of course, we wanted it to be packed. But once we were on stage, we were just having such a good time, and we were just vibing off each other that we were like lost in our own little world, kind of, sort of. And like I said, of course, when the crowds got bigger, when the venues got bigger, the production got bigger. I mean, it was cool as hell. Who wouldn't love that? But even the early shows, they were amazing. You know, I mean, we had so much fun, and sometimes we would be payasos on stage and just even improvise, you know, but it was just, it was such a great experience. And it was, as a group, as a whole, there was so much love, really love and respect and just admiration for each other. And it was just a great chemistry. It really, really, and I mean, everyone.
So the boys of Cumbias have joined us. There they are right there.
Los boys of Cumbia, ahí están, chicos. Saludos para los boys, and of course, you know, we threw a little shout out right now with porque le gusta bailar cumbia. Well, check out the video. I'm telling you, the video is awesome. I don't know who did the production on it, but it was a real. I mean, I know you do great videos too, compadre. Nothing against you. Maybe we'll do them.
It's all right. We'll do one together. We'll do one. We'll make it happen, man. We'll make it happen.
The next one we'll do that with you. But no, para los boys of Cumbia, un saludo. And hopefully we can do some stuff, continue working with them. Great things.
And this is what we want to see. Julie Cruz, it's awesome. I shared it. There you go.
Beautiful.
You know, do it, spend it, let everybody know. Gigi La Chicana Guerrero says, you remind me a lot of our dad, Juan Guerrero de los Chicanos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the versatility as a songwriter, Mary Lou Guerrero. There you go.
Un saludo para toda la familia Guerrero, man. Un saludote, un abrazo.
Yeah. I'm so glad Jennifer Pena is back, an amazing vocalist. You know what? I think one of the things that we need to reiterate is that you, Pete, you are an amazing vocalist. Your range and your timbre, and just your ability to convey emotion with your song, with your voice. It's unparalleled, bro. I mean, for a guy to be able to sing the way you do, the only person that I've ever really listened to, there's only two of them that really kind of convey that emotion in your range, is going to be like Ram and Emilio. You're kind of in that range right there, you know. Jay's kind of off in this other thing, you know.
No, but Jay's a monster, man.
Yeah, he's over there. But
it's funny you should say these people, because Ram Herrera was probably one of the first songs when I started performing. I think the first, you know what, acting that probably the first Tejano song I ever learned in my life was Amor Querido, because I loved his voice. I was like, wow, man, this guy's him and
Oscar G.
David Mares. I thought when the Fíjate, I mean, when I heard Fíjate, I'm like, whoa, man, that is amazing. And then of course Ram, but of course Emilio. I loved Emilio too when he was doing the whole thing with David Lee. And of course, Jay, man, like you said, Jay is in another world. And let me tell you a little trivia. My first album that I did, which we did, Un hombre busca una mujer, porque le gusta bailar cumbia. We were recording that first album, and I remember I had met Jay at that time. I think he was with Latin Breed at the time. And you know, we kind of hit it off. We were talking, and he was great guy, and I think we exchanged phones, I think. And at the time when I finished the album, we didn't have harmonies, and I'm not very good at harmonies. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of bad. You know, I have to really practice, and I know there's some people that can just hear it immediately and boom, te lo avientan. I'm not one of those. So when we were done with the vocals, I think AB kind of said, like, no, this sounds good, man. We don't need any harmony. You know, dude, let's get some harmonies in here, man. And I go like, let me ask Jay if he will do it. And it was really good. Yeah, I'll ask him, you know. And I asked him, yeah, dude, would you mind doing? Would you do the honor of doing some harmonies? I love your voice. And he said, yes. So that first album, that's
Wow.
Jay doing background vocals. Porque le gusta bailar cumbia, le buscó una mujer. Uh, perdóname, that's Jay Pettis in there, man.
Wow.
And Jay Pettis, of course, he's like the god. He's
I
amazing.
know that's
And to
like
me,
right
it's like,
around the voice, isn't it? You know, that's the
no, dude, as a matter of fact, once he finished recording the segundas, I was like, dude, I might want to take my vocal tracks out of there now. And like, don't put it too high. He's gonna overpower me, man. No, but that's Jay Pettis on my first album.
that's
Doing,
awesome.
doing harmonies, and of course phenomenal. So go back and listen to those songs and really listen to the harmonies, and you're gonna pick them out like that now.
Assignment number
Wow.
3. Go back and listen. There you go.
Lots of
Gravelia,
homework tonight.
Exactly what you said, you hit it on the dot, man. Ram Herrera and Emilio.
I pay attention, brother. I pay attention,
Mhm.
man. That's what I do.
Oh,
Gravelia Esmeralda Ponce, she says hello, Indio, and everyone listening from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, shout out to Dallas.
Geneva says, hey, look, would you ever consider doing a remake of Siempre Estoy Pensando en Ti? I would love to collab. Check out my music. I think it would be amazing. Geneva, she's an amazing artist herself. I think her song is number 1 right now
wow.
on the
Congratulations.
countdown with Rudy Trevino's countdown, the Tejano Gold countdown.
Is that the one? Did she do the Elida song?
I don't know.
Luna Llena? Is it?
No,
No,
that's
you're
Marisela.
thinking Marisela.
That's Marisela. Geneva's the one she's the one that she put together the girls, the ladies to do Tejanos Unidas en Cristo. She did that one.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that.
And she's just a phenomenal singer, beautiful person inside and out. I mean, I have high respect for her. She's a Grammy mentor. She's just
wow.
she's doing a lot of things, but a voice like an angel. Like
Give me her name again. I'm sorry.
Geneva Salas Monjares. I'll hook
Geneva
her up, man.
Salas. Geneva Salas. I will look you up, and yeah, I mean, we're always looking for different ideas, different collaboration. Like I said, yeah, I love to work with everyone that I can, and if it's possible. But yes, I love that song. Siempre estoy pensando en ti. Sometimes it's kind of hard to touch some of these songs because, and I even find myself, and I wrote these songs, and I even find myself like, maybe I shouldn't touch this one. I wrote the damn thing with Avi or with her or with Ricky.
Yeah.
You find yourself like, and like I said earlier, we did a version of Como la Flor for this special that I did, and I was very hesitant to do it, even though I co-wrote the song. But I took a completely different angle to it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think I'm going to release that. I'm going to be releasing that soon. And it's more of the singer-songwriter version where it focuses more on the lyrics. But yes, I'd be open to collaborating on doing a remake of any of the Selena songs, but it would have to be very touching it with white gloves. Be very careful.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the Selena fans are very, very critical, and rightfully so. And sometimes there's been a couple of songs that've been done in the past. Like I know that Frankie J did Si Una Vez, and he did a phenomenal job on it with a Kid and Play, and then she did with Becky G and stuff like that, and it did great for us. But it's some of these songs are hard to, when they've done so well and they're so in your mind a certain way, it's hard to mess with sometimes. But yeah. We're always open.
Rick Mansell says, hell yeah, Pete's the best. There you go.
Well, Rick, thank you so much, Rick. You're the best too.
Abel Rebecca Lara says, hey Pete, have you ever heard of a Tejano singer back in the day named Alex Montes?
Yes,
I remember hearing his music and I never heard him since. Alamo, did he fall off the planet? What happened?
No, I think he became a Christian singer. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if he was a Christian singer at the time back then, but he is a Christian singer, I think. And I know that he is on social media because I think I have him on Facebook. And I think he is doing Christian music. But as a matter of fact, Selena recorded one of his songs, Contigo. And as a matter of fact, I re-recorded that song myself too later on. So I recorded one of it's Contigo, recorded by Selena on one of the early albums, and then I re-recorded it again on my second album, something like that. But it's called Contigo, and it was written by Alex Montes. Great song, beautiful song, great writer,
Oh.
great singer.
There you go. There you go. That says Mallory says, "Wow, a lot of fun facts. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for the interview and let us know connect and how to connect." Definitely, this is what it's all for. This is what our goal is. We want
Mhm.
you to better understand the artist, so that way you will request their music, buy their music, but most of all, the best way for you to support your favorite Tejano artists, all Tejano music, is to go to their shows and buy their merch because that helps them immediately. Requesting them on the radio stations is great. Streaming on social on like Spotify and all that other stuff, that's okay too. But go to their shows, buy their merch, buy the song, man. It's 99 cents. That way you have it on your phone. That way, if you have it on your playlist, you have to go, hold on, I gotta find it on my playlist. Hold on, takes you all. Oh wait, it's buffering. Mira nomás, it's buffering. Okay. And you go and you wait. But if you have it on your phone, it's yours, bro.
Yeah.
It's yours. It's right there. See, that's what you need to do. That's how you support music. That's how you keep going. That's why when we have our 12 days of Christmas, we give away all the merch that we buy throughout the year because we support our Tejano artists. That's what we want to do.
Man, I'm gonna make you my official spokesperson, dude. Gee, I want to vote for you. Run for something, man.
For something.
You get El Indio Gana. You have my vote. A vote for El Indio and vote for progress.
I've been nominated like 12 times for my show and nobody wins. I mean, I never win. Nobody votes for me,
You're
bro.
gonna win this time. This time you're gonna win. I'm gonna make you win. You're a winner, brother.
No, it's all good, bro. I don't need it. You know what? People listening to the radio is fat enough, and the artist helping me promote, and letting me share their music, so that way I can help promote them. That's enough for me. I'm just some guy from Vancourt, Texas. I'm nobody special. So, hello, Indio.
But,
Do you have?
we all
No,
have
it's all good.
something special to offer, and you're doing a great job. Both of you are doing a fantastic job. So thank you, not only for me, but from all your listeners. Thank you so much.
Julie Cruz says, check out my new song, No Te Equivoques. Sorry, I didn't say that right. Oh, no, it's on all dead. Julie, why don't you send it to me? Don't tell me to check it out. Send it to me. I'll play it. No, don't
Send it over.
Send it over. Send it over. Admin at QvoRadio.net. We've gotten to the part of the show where we're just going to leave it to you, Pete, to go ahead and say your thank yous, share where they can find all your information. Don't forget to let them know about your merch and also where you're going to be performing next, so that way they can get it all. This is just you by yourself. We're going to go ahead and step out, brother. All right, here you go.
But first of all, just thank you so much to everybody out there listening, watching. Be looking out for some new some tour dates, God willing, coming probably by the next couple of months. We'll get back on the road. Our latest single, Esta es pa mi raza, is available now on all the digital platforms. Your favorite one, Esta es pa mi raza, Vida Studio, available now. And we're going to be doing a video for that one really soon. So just keep your ears open to find out what's going on. Follow me on Pete Studio Official on Instagram. And also you can follow me on Facebook. It gets tricky. It's Technomex, TEKNOMEX. But that's the site that I use. I had some problems with Facebook. I don't know why they didn't they took down, or I got hacked. So I use the band site, Technomex on Facebook, Vida Studio Official on Instagram. The latest single, Esta es pa mi raza, available now on all digital platforms. Once again, thank you so much for so many years of supporting me back in the day when I began in my humble city of Laredo, and then with Selena Lodinos as a solo career. And even now, thank you so much for so much love. And I wish you nothing but the best. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for listening. And I hope you like the new song. Check it out. Estas pa mi raza.
Yeah, Esta pa mi raza. We're going to play it here in just a second.
Compadre, let me tell you something about this song. This song was not supposed to get released. This is a tribute to my family, to my parents. We were we were migrant workers. Me, myself, all my siblings, that's what we did. Íbamos para el norte a trabajar en la labor and all that. And we did that for a long time until we got into the restaurant business, and then we did that. And then I got into the music business, and I continued that. But my family, we were migrants, and my dad came to this country, my mom looking for that American dream. So this song was really about that, as a tribute to my parents, to my family. And I really wrote this song because I got inspired and I was thinking about my family. I was a little nostalgic. And I said, I'm going to write something for my parents and my family. And I'm going to give it to them on Christmas. Este un regalito para la tía, para mis hermanos. But in the process, the people that I worked with, everybody would say that same. They were like, dude, he goes, when are you releasing the song? Goes, I'm not going to release it. He goes, why not? Because this is just for my family. This is for me and for my. He goes, no. He goes, I know it's a story of your family. He goes, but it's a story of millions of people out there.
Right.
Your story is similar to the story of millions of people out there. People are going to relate to this. So they kind of convinced me. And I had some really good people de aquí de Laredo working on it. I got Ruben Vargas, incredible mariachi guy from Laredo. Rene Gasca, for the people that don't know, he's the one that did a lot of the songs for Selena. He did No Me Queda Más. He's the trumpet player for El Chico El Apartamento. And he's also from Laredo, and he worked on worked on this song with me. Also, Billy Thatcher, incredible guitar, Billy Thatcher. Yeah. And I even got el locutor número dos, the Bird. People that don't know the Bird is the guy that does La Carcacha. And he also did the intro for the Selena live album. He's also from Laredo, so he's in there doing some gritos. So I wanted to be a lot of Laredo people. And they're the ones that really convinced me to, and along with my family too, and the people that would show them the song, go, no, you have to release this. Because I know it's your story, it's very personal, but hopefully people would connect and they feel like it's a voice for them. For the people that don't have a voice, for the dreamers, para toda la raza trabajadora, the people that get up day after day and just go out there and break their backs just to put some food on the table with no applause, with no trophies, with no awards, just to say, I fed my family. That's what this song is for. La gente trabajadora, la raza trabajadora. And that's why I decided to put it out, because I really wasn't going to put it out.
It's a cool throwback song. It's a wonderful song. You sing it your voice is always on par, and I really do appreciate that you're here. Let's just go through a little bit of the last the comments so far, because I know there's a ton of them here. Julie says, Pete, awesome to see you again. And Rocio Garcia says, saludos. Looking forward to seeing you guys at Fanfare. Are you going to be performing or at Fanfare? Are you going to show up?
Well, you know what? I don't have any plans as of right now, so it's already upon us. So I don't think it's going to happen unless somebody calls me at the last minute. Hey, jump on stage with me, type of thing. I did that years back. As a matter of fact, I did do that at the last minute with Sunny Sauceda, because we recorded a song a few years back. Por la madrugada. Yeah, and we did that together. So he was going to perform. So he literally called me a few days before, like, dude, you want to freak everybody out? Just jump on stage with me and we'll do the song? He goes, let's do it, man. So who knows? Maybe I'll be there. But for all the people that are going to be there, échenle ganas. This is your moment to shine. Be prepared. Really do your homework. And, I wish you nothing but the best. Maybe I'll see you there. Who knows? Like I said, right now I don't have plans, but maybe that will change. And to all the people putting it together, treat these people right. These are new up-and-coming artists, pero trátenlos bien. And, and hopefully this is, not hopefully, it is a great way to keep the genre, the Tejano industry going.
Well, I'm going to be at the radio gala on Thursday. So that starts at 5 o'clock.
I heard about that. When is that anyway?
That's on Thursday. That's going to be at the Mi Mercado. And what it is, it's like all these different radio stations that are there, and you can go and get there. I'm going to be there. Last year I did like 38 interviews. I think I did. And it's a real great place. I think we had 65 radio stations there last year.
That was a lot.
That's a lot of radio stations.
Well, the thing is, I just saw that, and that really piqued my interest because man, that's really cool. You get all these. I mean, you can do all these stations
At
in
one
one
time.
place.
Yep.
And but maybe what do you know what day that falls on?
That falls on a Thursday.
Okay.
On a Thursday.
But it's around that same time. Maybe
Yeah.
I won't do that. I'm gonna look into it. Maybe I'll go over there and do a couple.
Why
of
don't
interviews.
we? Yeah, let's talk afterwards because I need you to do a radio drop for me. So we'll talk afterwards if that's okay. Let
That's
me get
perfect.
through this real quick. Abel says, "Hey Pete, if you ever down in Brazoria County, Alamo, at your events, come and check us out at Laura's Street Tacos. I'll hook you up." And your crew
Compadre,
will
I never
come
say
and
no to
taco.
a taco. Laura, I will be there. I've never rejected a taco, so Laura, I will
Right.
be there.
Definitely. Rick Mansell says, the guitar player, by the way, the heavy metal guy, he says, hey, he hope to cross paths with you. Rock on, brother. And then let's see here. And Danny Nolia says, great show, Loris Indio, Ilda, and the great Pete Astudillo, Alma, and Danny Nolia sends lots of love and everything else. Lucy says, thank you so very much to Indio and Ilda for a great interview with Pete from TLL. And Stevie D and the All-Star cast. He just joined us. Hey, saludos, Stevie D. How you doing, brother?
Is it
Hombre.
this is the Stevie D?
The Stevie D. The
Órale,
Stevie
Stevie
D.
D, un saludo. I haven't seen him in a long time, but you're doing some really cool stuff. Congratulations, man. Great voice.
Yeah.
Lucy from TLC, thank you so much for putting this together. And we'll continue working.
Yeah.
You guys, man, thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to talk to your audience. Para la raza, para su raza de ustedes, que es mi raza. Thank you for allowing me to do this. And thank you to the fans for allowing me to do this for over 35 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
Eight.
But
You
okay,
started
so
in
y'all guys,
98?
y'all
Over
guys have
35
your
years doing this, man. So I'm incredibly blessed. Thank you. To everybody that's been part of my life through these 35 years, thank you so much. And to all the people that have at some point come out to a show, bought a t-shirt, bought a CD, bought a cassette back in the day. Anything you've done for me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to all the people that have made me the person that I am today, all the people that contributed, of course, Celine, los Dinos, all the guys, thank you so much.
well, and if you watch that intro, some of those pictures were from cassettes, by the way. That's where I got those. That's where I got those pictures from. But anyway, thank you so very much, Ilda. Do you have anything for tomorrow? Do you have a TikTok Tuesday?
You know what? I might as well just jump on Tuesday. Might as well. So yeah, you guys join me maybe about 9:00. We'll do some TikTok Tuesday for a little bit. Pete, it's been so awesome to sit here and get to know you, and just have you here on the show, man. Like you're truly one of a kind.
Well, thank you. Thank you, and the company. Thanks, and good luck with everything, and to both of you being a continued success. And you guys are doing a great job keeping La Onda alive. La Onda, I haven't had that in a while. Keeping La Onda alive.
Right, definitely.
And I like La Onda because it kind of encompasses. It kind of it's a collective umbrella of everything. It's La Onda. So maybe I'll start using La Onda again.
There
but
you
guys
go.
are doing a great job keeping it alive. To all the new talent out there that's been checking in and saying hello, all the new talent, my best wishes to you. Échenle ganas and kick some butt. And to all the old talent too, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And para toda la raza que nos está viendo, follow me, Pita Studio Official on Instagram. The new song, Estas Pa' Mi Raza, on all the digital platforms. And also the other songs we checked out. Sufrirás, Quiero Llorar with Ruido Anieco, all the old stuff. Check it out. And once again, thank you so much.
There's your homework. Go back and check it out.
Check it out.
Stream those songs. Buy the songs. That's what you should do. Is just buy the songs.
Yes.
They're 99 cents, and they're there for you. And every time you see your favorite band out there performing, go out there and go to their shows.
Dude, it's less than a soda. Think about it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's less than a soda, and sometimes people complain about it. You buy a song there was so much work put into it, so much love, and it's less than a soda pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people complain.
Real quick before we go, I've got to pay attention to hear what Stevie D is saying here. Puro 956. So I'm
Puro
part of the 956.
956.
So I have to throw it out there. Shout out to Stevie D. He's also incredible. He's one of my favorite vocalists out right now too. So
Phenomenal
shout out
vocals.
to him.
Phenomenal vocals.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well, one of the things also I wanted to quickly say is that I am helping out. Obviously, you guys know that I manage Rita Cappuccina, and she's getting the band's anniversary is coming up, and they're raffling off some stuff. So the raffle is going to be on there. I'm going to go ahead and post it later on today on the Facebook. For those of y'all, there's another opportunity to help a band keep moving forward. This is their 2nd year anniversary. Like I said, she just finished recording her album with Shelly Lattice. It takes a lot of money to record an album.
It's a lot of work, a lot of money. Rita, mis mejores deseos, Dios te bendiga, and continued success.
Yeah, and so I'll be posting that information for each and every one of y'all. Thank you so very much. Thank you to you, the legend himself, Pete the Heat Astudillo. Thank you so very much, my lovely, lovely co-host, Hilda Lamas. And for each and every one of y'all that joined us, thank you so very much. If you've been having a bad day, if today was not your day, just remember, every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You were loved. We'll see you next time. We're going to leave you with Pete's song that he wrote for his family, but we're all part of this whole celebration. Esta es para mi raza. So that way you can go ahead and take a listen to it, stream it, record it, buy it, celebrate it with your family and friends. And Pete, please hang on so that we can take care of some radio business after this, all right? We'll see you guys. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Peace out. Good night.
Papá, mamá, esto es para ustedes. Soy de gente muy humilde, pero muy trabajadora. Mi familia es de rancho, somos puro corazón. Mis padres se la rifaron por el sueño americano, buscando un mejor futuro para mí y mis hermanos. Trabajamos en el campo y también en la cocina. Cocineros, lavaplatos, es lo que nos dio la vida. Recogiendo la cosecha bajo el sol es una chinga. ¡Ese es mi gallo! Si nadie quiere esa chamba, ¿por qué diablos no le envidian? Esta es pa' mi raza que trabaja día con día. Los que se parten la madre y sin ellos no hay comida. A veces quiero rajarme, pero Diosito es muy grande. Si no fuera por ustedes, todos nos morimos de hambre. Con todo mi corazón, para toda mi gente de Guerrero, nos jodemos en el campo y donde quiera que nos pidan. Albañiles, jardineros, son los golpes de la vida. Recogiendo la cosecha bajo el sol es una chinga. Y no se me raje mi gente si nadie quiere esa chamba, porque diablos no la envidian. Esta es pa' mi raza que trabaja día con día. Los que se parten la madre y sin ellos no hay comida. Y a veces quiero rajarme, pero Diosito es muy grande y esa gente trabajadora si no fuera por ustedes y sin indocumentados, todos nos morimos de hambre.